With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil. With so much time to kill, he promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and show. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but always fine as long as Shasper 9 and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran shoot of feeling so insecure. The money he earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once kicked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are slow machine. He's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if battery fun, a child's can't see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a big pretending never bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of call his cat and fatty life and all his strife of forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act, that is a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. She's nearly over and a win is in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not light. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Tuesday, 24th of October 2023. I hope you're all doing very well indeed on this fine Tuesday as we rattle towards the end of the month. As you can see, Phil Burnell is live, and he has dropped again a few members back down to 513. His goal for today anyway, for now anyway, is 520. So have to wait and see if that fucking happens or not. So yeah, Phil had an interesting night last night to say the least. I'm not going to waste too much time, I'm just going to show you this clip. This is from Hate Army. Hate Army, the one of the OGs of clipping detractor nonsense or whatever, you know what I mean. Link to it is in the chat right now if you guys want to show support for him as well directly. But this is a segment where OIC paid $100 to get Willow and others banned from DSP streams. And then DSP still begged anyway, even though it was a $100 super chat that was given to him to try and get people banned. You need to see it to believe it. But there's a couple of interesting things to point out from this, which I'll go over afterwards.
The Hate Army troll.
It's the Hate Army, bro.
Hate Army.
Shout out to Hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout out to Hate.
Shout out to Hate.
Shout out for hate.
Shout out to Hate.
Shout out for
Shout
Hate.
out for hate.
Alright, good evening everyone. I'm just getting set up here. If you could bear with me for a sec while I get all my stuff in order. And we get ready to chill tonight with Mario, which should be great. Mario Wonder has been really good so far and is actually getting better the further in that we get. Now that it stopped being like really intro easy and is starting to get some challenge and optional fun and things to do. I'm really enjoying the game. So I hope that you guys are too. And you're ready for some chill platforming fun tonight. How's everyone tonight? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're ready for a nice late night stream of goodness here as we continue on with this awesome fall gaming season. This week, one of the best of the entire season with a double big new release, and both games are really good. So that is excellent. Good evening, Alex. Good evening, Buckeye. How are you all tonight? Let's just update the leaderboard right now. Only Iced Coffee had done a whopping $100 super chat, and I really appreciate that. So let's get that up on the leaderboard. Obviously, ginormous amount of support before we even booted the game. That is greatly appreciated. Hope you're all doing well tonight. You're ready for Mario fun, right? What's up, Clay JT? Whew. Yeah, cooler day today. Man, the temperatures here in Washington State dipped tremendously. We went from 70-something degrees a week ago down to low 50 degrees today. It's actually probably supposed to get cooler than that overnight. I got my window wide open, so I actually had to wear socks today. My feet were freezing playing Spider-Man earlier today. I was like, ooh. But that's also why I'm able to wear normal clothes. I can actually wear normal clothes on stream now, and I don't have to worry about being too overly heated in here like I am half the year. All right. Well, Only Iced Coffee says I didn't have to put him on the leaderboard, but it doesn't really matter if I put you on the leaderboard or not, because if you really don't want me to, Only Ask God, do you want me to remove you from the leaderboard? Is it really that big of a deal? Because I can remove you if you want me to. That's your call. But you know that with super chats, the latest super chat always supersedes the last. It's not like tips where the top tip stays there all night. So if you wanted me to remove you, I could remove you. Let me know. It's up to you. You do what you want. It's all good. I'm flexible in that regard. What's up, Slayer? How you doing? Good to have you here tonight. Is this the best 2D Mario game in years? Asked Mr. Game Master. Well, there hasn't been one in years. I think that's the point. Is that at one point there was a ridiculous amount of Mario 2D games coming out. I think within a 4-year, 5-year period, there was like 1 or 2 on handhelds. There was one on the Wii, and there was one on the Wii U. So it was just an overabundance of 2D Mario games. People liked them, so that's why they kept pumping them out. So it made sense to keep making them. But then they went on a big drought hiatus, right? When you think about it, there wasn't Mario at all for a while, and then when Mario came back, it was Mario Odyssey, and then since then it's just been like re-releases, right? Like we just had what was it? New Super Mario Brothers that was released. Which one was it? The one that had Bowser's big kaiju attack world in it or whatever. That was like what, 2 years ago? So whatever that was, but that was a re-release. You know, we've been waiting for Mario, and now finally we got Mario, and it's good so far. You know, we're at the end of World 2, and we are exploring more and more interesting mechanics of the game. Every world is something totally new, which is excellent. Well, there you go. Slayer just did a super chat. He says, well, since OIC wants someone else to take over. Thank you, Slayer. Any support appreciated tonight of any way. Doesn't matter what you guys do. Whether it's a like on the stream, a super chat, a super sticker, a membership, a gifted membership, or a tip. We are trying to kind of bounce back.
He literally got $100 super chat from OIC. And here he is still begging away.
From having a sharp decline in members this month. So memberships and gifted memberships would be greatly appreciated tonight. I know that there's quite a lot of people who would enjoy a gifted membership during all these busy new games coming out. You know, right now we're in the midst of 2. There's Alan Wake coming up. There's the new Like a Dragon. There's the Call of Duty. More that I'm going to be playing, like, for example, probably Lords of the Fallen in November. All greatly appreciated. How was dinner tonight? It was good. We had tomato basil soup with some like oyster crackers in it, and then we had a Caesar salad, which was romaine lettuce with a few pieces of like chopped red cabbage and carrot, along with some croutons and some Caesar dressing. So it was like all veggie, no protein, an all veggie dinner, which is all good. Sometimes an all veggie dinner is a delicious one, and it was a really good one. Very cool, right? So, yeah, so Game Master makes a point and says, if Mario Wonder is this good, I feel Mario Odyssey 2 will be next. I feel so as well, but I actually, if you want my opinion, I think they're holding off for the next Nintendo console, which already is supposedly...
Oh, boring bullshit is this? He's just fucking basically stalling for fucking time now before he begins the fucking gameplay. That's fucking blatant time. But yeah, OIC gave him $100 fucking, complained about a bunch of sock accounts. Phil claimed, you can see it at the start of the video in these little clips here, Phil claimed he's seen evidence. You know, he's seen evidence that these guys are on, like, you know, are planning Discord ops and all that shit. You know, all these people are the same person, or one of a group of the same people on a Discord. I've seen it all. Well, my response to that is, why can't Phil show the evidence himself to try and humiliate these fuckers? I don't think that evidence exists. I'm not aware of any bizarre detractor ops happening on any Discords. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I've seen zero evidence whatsoever, and Phil makes all these fucking claims that he's seen all this evidence about detractors planning stuff. He's been saying this kind of shit for a long time. Apparently detractors had a whole bunch of shit planned to get him removed from Twitch and all that shit as well, and he had evidence for that, but he hasn't shown it for some fucking reason. I don't know, to me it's bizarre. It's quite strange that Phil will not, you know, provide evidence himself to justify the claims that he's fucking making. But OIC, $100 super chat just pissed into the fucking wind. And one thing that I want to point out, Prophet made a post earlier on his community page. I'm going to find it now for you guys, so give me a second here, because it kind of sums up quite well, in my opinion. So Profit Super Chat is as following. So, I want to give a shout out and huge thank you to the greatest detractor of all time. This person for years has larped and trolled Phil that none of us could truly do. Yes, we have our channels where we clip, debunk and make fun of Phil on a daily basis, but this person has been able to infiltrate and remain very close to Phil regardless of the situation. This person has doxed, dents, pay pigs and Phil's own mods, leaked super secret Discord chats, emails etc. over years. This person was even interviewed by one of our greatest himself. Now, some of you might not agree at this next point, but he has given Phil quite a bit of money over the years in buddy troll support. But I believe this person is the only one of us who can actually do so and not face any backlash for it. You might be asking yourself, Profit, who are you talking about? Well, I am speaking none other than OIC himself at Dr. Tony Hughes, which is, his YouTube fucking page. Go to it and fucking see this as OIC's YouTube page. At Dr. Tony Hughes. Only 6 subscribers, fucking lol. So this man last night proved he can do more damage than any of us ever could. He appears in chat and drops $100 in a super chat knowing full well that 5% of that will end up going to YouTube. He also knows that Phil's in desperate need of tips and or gifted memberships right now, but does a super chat instead. Lulz. He then proceeds to get random people banned accusing them of being socked with zero proof on a new game release. Me and Phil is probably getting new viewers and OIC is eliminating possible new paypigs in the process. Not only that he's getting members, long-time paypigs and dents banned by labeling them socks, and Phil then bans them on the spot with zero proof. All this is damaging views, tips, revenue streams and DSP Gaming / DSP Reacts in the process. OIC, I speak from the bottom of my heart, dude, you are the greatest detractor ever and I salute you. You can't tell I'm being sarcastic, but again, OIC is doing more damage than any of us ever could, and Phil falls for it every time because he needs that coffee money. Truly awesome community you have there, Phil. So, it was a very good point, to be fair, well made, because it's really Phil and himself and his own community, which he has curated for himself, which does end up seeming to do the most damage when you look at fucking Derek and the reputation that brings to his own fans, because Derek is such a creepy little bastard. It is Phil and his fan base, in particular, and people like OIC and Derek or whatever, and they're the ones that are ultimately hurting Phil more than anything else. So yeah, I thought that's a kind of good point, well made, in my opinion anyway. But yeah, OIC, by the way, that was from last night's stream. Last night before Phil began his gameplay stream for the second stream that day, all that shenanigans happened, so that's when it happened. So, I think that's covered all that. I'm not sure when Phil's still going to the bathroom yet, I wonder. What's Phil saying in his chat? Hold on, what's happening now here? You know how you're so used to something you don't notice it, but then once something changes you do? I seriously can't watch anything on my old webcam, lol. It looks so bad compared to the one I've now used for a year that it makes me cringe. I see the thumbnails randomly and want to vomit. This is Phil talking about his own fucking content here on his own webcam. It says the old webcam was 10 years old. This is literally just the updated version of the same Logitech webcam from a few years ago. And it's as if it's alien tech or something, it's so much clearer, lol. Funny they're both supposed to be 1080p and it's clear they aren't. The first one was barely 720p and this one is for real. It's just a shame my content looked like shit for so long, but just like with direct capture, I'm never going back. The problem was it was like that for 10 years, blah blah blah. When I finally do get a new PC, I'm going to literally do a full look. Would you look at this fucking thing he's committing to? When I finally do get a new PC, I'm going to likely do a full upgrade, really better cam too, just gotta figure it out. So there's the promise right there. He's going to, when he gets a new PC, he's going to get a big full upgrade for everything. Oh, the PC fund is back on the agenda, boys. For fuck's sake, man. So yeah, I have fun with all that fucking TikTok, I guess, Profit, I'm talking about his old webcam compared to the new webcam and all that jazz. Anyway, I think we ought to get the bingo card set up for today's antics. I believe that'll be a good thing to do. So, I need a number in chat. So, anyone in chat, give me a number. Just give me any number at all. Just whatever, any number, go for it. The very first number in chat I saw was from IP2 Wins, who says 45. So we're going to go with the 45th bingo card. Of all the numbers in the world, you chose 45. Fair enough. There we go. So today's bingo card looks like this. We have Phil to have a dumb close-up, which is where he actually fucking presses a filter on his on his OBS to make it zoom in, with the kind of border around it, that kind of dumb close-up. Him being all defense mode, when he tries to justify doing something or saying something for some reason. Him saying positive, him giving the prayer hands, and him saying idiot. The second row is Phil saying it literally. Him having that creepy whisper. You know, when he leans into the megaphone to end that fucking strange, creepy whisper. Then you got Phil saying react, on demand, and that being said. Shout out to that being said. The third row is Phil touching his ear, him giving a thumbs up, him talking about the weather, him saying there you go, and him saying you see. The fourth row is Phil saying addition, community, him saying Twitter or X, him discussing his family, and him saying tired. The fifth and final row is Phil saying meaningful. Fuck. What the fuck are you talking about? Him using hateful slurs, and finally him burping. Personally, I think this is quite a strong card. There's a couple of things which does make me wonder. I mean, the dumb close-up, I think, might be a tough one to pull off. Other than that, though, that is the only thing I'm kind of sceptical about. Everything else in this card looks good to me. The dumb close-up might be a tough one, but everything else I can definitely see happening quite easily. Going by previous, form anyway. So yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy with this card. Very happy indeed with this card. Fantastic stuff indeed. I'm joking that it is 10 days to go until Juan David Ortega Laverde's birthday. Now I'm still maintaining I am going to dedicate that bingo that day to him. To Juan David and his birthday. Since Phil doesn't care about his birthday, how about we fucking show we care instead, because we are lovely. We are good people like that. You know. At least somebody else fucking cares his fucking birthday, but certainly no fucking DSP. Fuck me, man. Phil's... I should have just seen that there. Yeah, you can't have seen it today. Let me actually rewind. So if I rewind the stream here, the live stream, you can see Phil return to his chair. Look at the very right hand side, over here. Keep an eye out over here, in this little bit here on the very right hand side. There's Phil coming back there, right at the end there. So yeah, I think Phil's had his bathroom break and he's now ready to go live at any fucking point in time. What else do we have to cover? We have to cover... Oh, actually, there you go. Speak of devil, Phil's going live now. So, I'm going to pause Phil. Just because I can, so we can build up some speed up juice. We're trying to get a full house on the bingo card. 25 out of 25 is the aim of the game. To do that is a variety of ways we can get free spaces to help us get a full house bingo card. For example, if Phil snorts 20 times or burps 10 times before he starts recording for gameplay, that will give us a free space. If he gets 100 likes from his audience and blows bubbles for him before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that too will give us a free space. If we get 100 likes on this very bingo stream right here, thanks to you guys, not only does that give us a free space as well, but you guys also get to enjoy the bubbles animation, which Pixar Animations so very kindly made for us all to enjoy to celebrate getting 100 likes. And of course, the aim of the game, as I said, is to try and get 25 out of 25 on this bingo card you see, and if we manage that, then one of you guys can potentially win a prize, $25 prize, but to be eligible for that prize, you've got to make sure you have to comment on a community post which is linked in the description of this live stream. And just a wee note of a warning to everyone, I will be resetting that list come November. Every 3 months, I'm basically making a new list of people to do names and all that shit. So come the 1st of November, I'm going to make a brand new list, and I'll be asking people to submit their names to that particular community post instead. Just to let you all know of the situation. So yeah, there we go. I think I covered everything, and yeah, I mean, obviously, the aim of the game, as I said, is trying to get 25 out of 25. I'm going to start at 1.25 speed. And yeah, let's just fucking get straight into this. Apparently it's a long intro as well, which means we can fast forward a bit more. Come on, let's fast forward some more. We don't have to listen to Phil and his fucking shitey, crappy intro. Fucking hell, man, it's taking a while to load. Oh, here we go. So, without further ado, let's just fucking crack on a bingo. Good luck, everyone. Here we fucking go.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. How are you all this lovely Tuesday, the 24th of October, 2023? I'm DSP. I am locked, loaded, and ready for a full day of new release gaming goodness here during the very busy autumn gaming season. It is a great day. because we're in the midst of 2 awesome playthroughs, which I cannot wait to continue with all of you today. We've got Jasper Kitty in the house, immediately trying to steal the show here on camera. Right, Jasper? Jasper Kitty. Jasper Kitty. He won't speak. He never speaks. He'll be perfectly with right to the mic. Jasper Kitty. Jasper. Say something. He refuses. He refuses. Anyway, a fun day ahead. Like, I'm really, really enjoying both games we're playing right now. Super Mario Wonder continues to innovate and be very exciting and fun. Spider-Man 2, with its great variety between the 2 Spider-Men, playing a little bit differently, having different side questing and the like. And so far, web swinging through New York City has been super fun and never boring. So I'm very excited to continue both games today. So I hope you'll be along for that ride with me. Now, on today's show, we don't have a lot to talk about. Admittedly, there's 2 things going on in gaming I'd like to talk about today, but neither of them are too super important or lengthy. One is regarding the new Metal Gear Solid collection that releases of all today's today, okay? And another is regarding a weird rumor about Rockstar and Grand Theft Auto 6. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But outside of that, there's not a lot going on right now. I feel like as we get closer to Friday and the release of Alan Wake 2, there'll be a lot more to talk about. But today will be more of a chill, laid-back podcast show where whatever you guys want to talk about is fair game. You want to talk about what kind of stuff I should watch and review over on DSP Reacts in the month of November, we could talk about that. You want to talk about Halloween, you want to talk about candy and holiday celebrations, we could talk about that. You just want to shoot the shit for a little bit, we could do that. If we end up kind of running out of stuff to talk about, we can always shorten the length of the podcast and jump into the game a little early. That's totally up to you guys who are here live. I always leave that in the court of the live audience to decide. All right. But anyway, let's get started. So today, very briefly, let's recap, what's going on with my current playthroughs and the like. So right now, Street Fighter 6 World Tour Mode is on hiatus. I will go back to it maybe within a couple of weeks to finish it up, but I'd prefer to focus on the new release games we're playing right now, considering I'm playing 2 now. Another one comes out Friday, and then right at the end of the first week of November, there's 2 more. I want to be sure that I'm giving them all enough time and I'm not running behind on them, so that way we can finish them up in an appropriate time and not have them lingering when new games are coming out. If we end up finishing games early or getting near the end of games early and we want to reintroduce games such as the Street Fighter 6 World Tour Mode or Starfield, because I know Starfield is the other lingering playthrough that a lot of people are like, well, you're going to go back to it now that you've had the big plot reveal. Well, yeah, I'd like to, but I really do feel like we should be focusing on the games that are the new ones for now and then go back to the kind of lingering ones later, okay? So how are we doing in the current playthroughs? Well, in Spider-Man 2, yesterday I spent most of the stream doing optional content. I was web swinging through the city. I was solving random crimes, doing the Prowler tech investigation puzzles. There's also the Peter Parker research puzzles for the Emily May Society or Emily May Foundation. There was a whole side quest line for Miles regarding his high school life, which is hilarious because according to Spider-Man 2, apparently teenagers in New York City that go to high school are dealing with like drones and esports clubs. Apparently their high schools are the most funded in the country, because I never heard of this before, that they have such crazy budgets that you have elaborate tech clubs and things. Never in my life have I experienced that, and I went to private school and we didn't have that stuff. So that's
well, why the fuck would you have like fucking drones and all that shit in like the 90s? It's like recent technology, kinda, like for, oh my god.
Pretty funny that in this game they're all able to do all this crazy extracurricular activity, and they can afford it with that crazy budget, I guess, right? I guess it is the realm of fantasy, correct? Anyway, so we were doing all of that, and of course there was some teen angst and stuff in there, which was pretty funny. And then by the end of the stream, we did actually advance the plot. It took about 2.5 hours of side content, and it was fun, by the way. Like, there was actually a side mission, without spoiling. There was a side mission. It was a
Phil started crying. Long story short.
random side mission. It was so well written. First of all, you might miss it because it's a random thing that happens in the environment that you have to stumble upon to actually know to do. But it was so well written that I actually cried. Now, as you all know, I'm a humongous sissy, and I just cry at a moment's notice. Like, sometimes I'll be walking down the street and someone will like drop an ice cream cone on the ground and say, oh, my cone, and I just start bawling uncontrollably at the wasted food, right? So you know that I just, at a moment's notice, at a drop of a hat.
This sheer fucking strange defense mechanism about how he fucking cried or fucking tear on stream. Pal, there's nothing wrong with fucking crying. Like, I was genuinely fucking crying my eyes out on Friday. If people aren't aware, we had to put our dog down on Friday, so Friday was a rough day for me. we left that vet. Like my partner gave her a lift back home, but I had to go to the shop and get a couple of things in. But so I decided to walk. But you know, this is the second that I was on my own essentially, even out and about. I found a quiet spot and I just kept bursting into fucking tears. It's a normal thing to fucking cry though. It's not strange. You don't fucking have to like defend it or justify it or some pish. You know, it's one of those fucking things where it's like, Phil always has to try and fucking pretend it's like, oh, I'm gonna cry like a little fucking baby and all that shit. You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing wrong with it. It's a perfectly normal human thing to fucking do, to be able to fucking get those feelings expressed, especially when it comes to men, because obviously, you know, men have been, you know, there's a stigma about fucking men appearing weak and all that shit, you know, men showing their fucking emotions. These days, not as much, obviously. These days, it's kind of more encouraged to fucking men to do that shit. But yeah, fucking, it's bizarre. He has to, like, try and justify and explain why he was forced to, like, into tears or whatever. It is bizarre. I've also found it kind of strange that Phil shows a human moment and then he ruins it by opening his mouth and just making it not, and just ruins it basically by fucking talking.
I'll just start crying. But in this case, I was very, very overtaken by the writing. I actually thought that it was actually a rare moment where a superhero game like this did something really nice, and it didn't need to be in the game. But it was really well written, and I was like, wow. So if you want to see it, it was my last part yesterday, so that would have been part 8 of the Spider-Man 2 playthrough. Give it a look. It was really, really heartwarming, honestly. But then after that, I went back to the main plot, and it was about a half an hour of main plot. And honestly, I think the main plot is also really good in this game. It's not like, oh, it's one of those games where you want to do the side content because the main plot's not so good. No, I think the main plot is also really good, but there's just so much going on. The game is so immersive that you want to do everything. Like, I'm swinging through the city, I'm traversing, I'm not bored. I'm having a great time just going through the city doing random stuff, and I hope that that is coming across in the videos because the game is outstanding so far. If it stays on the level it's at, I will say that by the time I'm done with it, it may be the best superhero game ever made. Like, I think it might actually be better than Batman Arkham City, the way that they did this one. But let's see. I don't want to make that judgment yet. But right now, it's leaning towards that because, man, this game is really well done right now. Okay? Cool. Now, last night, I continued on with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And I am happy to report yet again, I do feel like this game actually gets better the further in you get. Because when we first started, the first 2 hours I played it, I mean, you see some new mechanics with things like the Wonder Flower or turning into the elephant power-up. And I'm like, all right, that's okay. But as the further in you get, it's like, dude, every stage is introducing a new enemy type, a new platforming element you've never seen before. The badges are really cool because when you equip these badges, they're giving you the powers back that you've essentially had in various other Mario games. You got the hat, which allows you to glide in the air, which is kind of like having the raccoon or tanuki tail in Super Mario 3. You got the jumping hover, where you kind of kick in the air and you get an extended jump. And that's what Luigi used to have in the previous Mario platformer games. So it's like you have ways to get back all of those abilities you liked previously. The only catch is you have to choose the best ones for each stage. So that just adds tons of complexity and replayability to the game. If anything, right now my one complaint is I've beaten 2 worlds and I fought basically Bowser Jr. twice. And I hope that Bowser Jr. isn't the boss the whole game. Like, I hope there's more than that. But he's been the only boss fight so far. But outside of that, the game is really well designed. You know what I really like? Secrets. I'm finding more and more secrets every time I play this game. And last night people were like, dude, you didn't finish World 1. There's another secret you didn't find. And I went back and I found it. Like, wow, there's so much hidden in this game. They put so much attention to detail and so much complexity and so much polish. It's just a really well done game. And I can't wait to play it more today on this very stream. The later on this stream, that's the game we're playing, okay? So both new releases right now are staying at this very high level, which is excellent. You know, I'm really excited for that. I'm actually now very excited to start hearing more about Alan Wake 2 because no reviews have been released or anything yet, and it comes out Friday. And, you know, I started thinking about this last night, and I'm like, you know, Alan Wake was a game that back in the day actually really got me a lot of attention on YouTube. It was a thriller horror-style game. Not a lot of people knew what it was going to be when it came out, so it wasn't getting tons of hype or anything. And then I played it, and I loved it, and a lot of people watched that playthrough and were like, wow, we like watching you do this kind of game with an air of mystery, supernatural element, horror element. This is the best kind of game for you to play. And, you know, after I played Alan Wake 1, I was like, wow, that was really good. I wonder if they'll make a sequel. And then they made that spin-off, which was American Nightmare, which was just kind of like a DLC expansion at one point. But they literally never made a sequel till today. I mean, we're talking, what, 13 years later? So I'm actually getting pumped. I just realized, wow, this is going to be a pretty big event. Like, I'm excited for this. It's horror for Halloween. It's a sequel to a game that back in the day was very, very notable for me and my time as a YouTuber. So I'm getting more excited the closer we get to Friday. I'm hoping the game is good. You know, 2 protagonists, horror versus more investigation. I'm really hoping that it's a great game. I hope that after the 13-year wait, it was worth the wait. And I hope that you'll join me coming this Friday, because I'm playing it all day long on Friday. I'm very excited for it, and I want to see how good it is. So I hope you'll join me for that, okay? Anyway, so everything right now, gameplay-wise, is going great. You know, I'm really excited for the future, because, you know, moving forward, after Alan Wake 2, we got the Halloween Marathon on Tuesday next week, 1 week from today. Please continue to nominate or vote on games to play during that, by the way. And then after that, end of the first week or beginning of the second week in November, we got Like a Dragon Gaiden. We've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Later on, a week later, we got the Super Mario RPG Remake, which I'm really excited for. And then in the mix there, at some point, I'm probably going to play Lords of the Fallen or this RoboCop game you guys keep asking me for. Depending on time constraints, we'll see. So we got a lot of cool stuff going on in November that I'm also excited for, along with finishing up all the games I'm playing right now. So, I mean, this is going to be a crazy month or 2 months here. Like, really exciting time of the year, I feel. Okay? Good stuff. Absolutely good stuff. So thank you all for that. And I just want to remind you, last night, I did review Dr. Sleep. That is the sequel to The Shining. Yes, the Stanley Kubrick movie that is super regarded as one of the best horror movies of all time. And let me tell you something. Dr. Sleep is a really good movie. I really, really, really like this movie. So I hope you'll check out my review. And by the way, it's only minor spoilers. I've been doing my best to not fully spoil the horror movies I reviewed this month. The only ones I fully spoiled were the ones that were terrible, and I needed to fully spoil them to tell you why they were so bad. But in this case, this movie is quite good. So I hope that you will check out my review over on DSP Reacts. That's my sister channel. You can find it at youtube.com/@DSP Reacts. And let me know what you think. By all means, what I would really like is feedback. Leave a comment on the video and let me know if you've been enjoying these horror movie reviews this month or not. It's hard to read because the views are all over the place. Some of those horror movie reviews have done over 1,000 views and some have only gotten a few hundred, but I can't really tell why. Do you like the style of review? Do you think I can improve it? You know, all the feedback you guys give me on this channel all the time, just toss that at me over there too. I'm wanting to improve, but I need to know how to improve. And I'll be honest, over there I don't get as much engagement. I don't get a lot of comments or whatever, so I don't really know what to do. So it'd be great to get some feedback, okay? Hold on 1 second. This is annoying squeaky brakes out here.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, FedEx.
A FedEx truck. He was
So I was
forced.
getting a FedEx package delivered, and the FedEx truck was incredibly squeaky brakes. I was like, what the hell is that noise? Squeaking like crazy. So they're out of here now. All right, anyway. So.
Fuck off.
There you go. Now, I have one more review for this month. Guess what it's going to be? A brand spanking new horror movie that releases this Friday in theaters.
DSP's not dancing. Well, there it is. Delayed dance, but there I fucking go. Thank you very much to Steve from Latvia for the super chat, who says, you know you'll have a massive bitch fit once the smallest spike of difficulty shows up in the Mario game and you'll call the game broken and stupid. Yeah, I had a couple of awkward, dumb moments playing Nevernight there, which DSP tries memology captured quite well. But yeah, the chat can only hold his hand for so long, but yeah, this is a playthrough which is taking a lot longer than usual because Phil keeps missing things and he wants to fucking collect everything, and his audience are having to hold his hand, which means he has to backtrack and find the thing they missed and all that shit, and yeah, it's all... It is going to take him like fucking 25, 30 hours. It's a game that lasts for like 10 hours or something on average or some pish, but he's going to take so much longer to finish the game because he wants to fucking try and 100% platinum the whole fucking thing or something. It's bloody bizarre, it really is. But there you fucking go.
That's what it's going to be. A brand spanking new horror movie that releases this Friday in theaters and simultaneously on Peacock. I'm going to get Peacock just to watch this movie for you guys. The name of the movie... is Five Nights at Freddy's. You guys want me to watch it, right? You've been telling me you want me to watch a brand new horror movie. It's a game that I've played and hated, so you want to see me review the movie. Here's the thing, I was thinking about this, and I was like, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's is just not a scary video game, okay? I don't think it's scary at all. But perhaps taking it from the medium of a video game and translating it into an actual horror movie, maybe it'll work better. I don't know. You know, I actually have no idea because it's just not scary in the games. They're not. They're just silly with stupid jump scare sounds and shit. And quite frankly, the only reason Five Nights at Freddy's got popular was because of Screamer streamers like Markiplier. Like, let's be honest, if Markiplier and others had never played that game, would you have known about it? Would you have ever played it? So really, this is a case where it was content creators on the internet that overhyped it and got tons of clickbait views on their content about it that made it popular.
Hold on a second though, Phil. You know what you just told us before about how fucking you playing Alan Wake, the original Alan Wake game, apparently there wasn't a huge amount of fanfare for that game as well. And yet, it blew up in popularity on your channel because people saw you playing the game and it had a lot of attention and views. It was one of your most successful playthroughs, technically, for the attention you received from playing that game. And you're fucking hoping to replicate that for some fucking reason, as if, you know, as if it's going to be the same thing over and over again now, like back then. So, yeah. Why is it fine for Phil to make a game popular, essentially, by describing about it and talking about it and all that, but anyone else does it? Anyone else, all these other streamers play a game and the game gets popular. Oh, it's not a good game at all. It's just popular because of these big YouTubers. Yet when Phil was relevant, back in the day, when Phil was a relevant YouTuber and he played Alan Wake, it was perfectly fine for him to help promote that game.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Radburname for a super chat, who says he watches Five Nights at Freddy's Day 1, but not the Mario Brothers movie. Yeah, remember he was planning on going to like the cinema to watch that, but apparently they just couldn't find a good day to go to the cinema to watch the movie for whatever reason. It's a strange one, I know. Very strange one. He's still not watched the Mario movie, so I don't know. He doesn't want to spend more than $5 essentially to watch a movie for his react to it. But yeah, this is extreme YouTuber jealousy on display right now from Phil. I mean, I guess technically, have we had hateful slurs yet? We might be on the precipice of hateful slurs. I'll rewind to like 10 seconds or so just to see if it says it here.
Sounds and shit. And quite frankly, the only reason Five Nights at Freddy's got popular was because of Screamer streamers like Markiplier. Like, let's be honest, if Markiplier and others had never played that game, would you have known about it? Would you have ever played it? So really, this is a case where it was content creators on the internet that overhyped it and got tons of clickbait views on their content about it that made it popular and allowed it to go on to be an insanely best-selling horror series, despite the fact it's not even scary. Okay? So, that being said, will the movie be good? I don't know. But I would actually like to watch this movie. It comes out Friday the 27th. Here's the catch about that. It comes out during the day. Obviously, I can't watch it because I'll be playing Alan Wake 2 all day, right? So maybe I can watch it Friday night. Then I could maybe review it on Saturday. The catch there is, I got to find a time to do it because Saturday night I take already over an hour extra to sit here and make the playlist for my react show on Sunday. But I want to get the review out as soon as possible. So the earliest I could possibly do it is Saturday, but maybe it'll have to wait till Sunday. We'll see. But I'll get that review for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie out over the weekend. All right? I promise you I will review the movie over the weekend, and that will close out my Halloween horror month of reviews on DSP React. And then we're on to the next month. And of course, what I would really like is your feedback on what to review next. Now, already, people are saying, well, the second season of Invincible comes out right there in early November. Could you review it? And I'm like, well, yeah, but I never watched season 1. So maybe now is a good opportunity, you know, over the next, you know, the end of October into early November, maybe I watch the whole season 1 of Invincible so I know what it's about. And maybe even if I have time, I could just do a one-off review of the whole season and let you know what I think about it. And then maybe when season 2 comes out, I can review that.
Shut up for a second, Phil. Hulimp is arguing in the chat that when Phil... You know, technically Phil has already, you know, hit the hateful slurs when he referred to himself as a sissy earlier on, which is homophobic in its nature. That's a bit... See, the thing is, though, to me a hateful slur is when Phil says something which is intended to be hateful. He's calling himself a sissy, but he's not doing that because he's intended to be using that as in a hateful way. Even if you want to interpret it that way, Phil is not meaning it to be hateful. So I don't think it's a hateful slur because Phil is not going to fucking talk about himself in a hateful way. He was talking about himself after all. Yeah. So it's one of those things where, I mean, technically, you know, is a term kind of homophobic? I mean, strictly speaking, kind of, yes, but Phil was not using it in a hateful way because he was talking about himself and he's not going to fucking shit talk himself, is he? No way he's doing that, so nah.
But I don't think that Invincible Season 2 should be the only thing I review in November. So the question is, what do you want to see me review? Would you like me to see me review some random movies? Would you like me to see me start reviewing holiday-themed stuff for Christmas? Or should I hold off and only do that during December? Because I absolutely want to review some Christmas-themed stuff. Maybe Christmas specials from my childhood. Maybe some Christmas movies that I like a lot. Or maybe Christmas movies I've never even seen that I missed. I was telling you guys the other day, I never saw Fred Claus. I never saw Christmas with the Cranks. You know, there's quite a few of those holiday-themed movies that I missed over the years that maybe I could watch and actually review for you guys for the channel over the course of December. So I want your feedback on that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to post up a thread over on DSP Reacts likely within the next week that'll say, hey, post up feedback. What do you want to see next on the channel? Because in truth, I really have enjoyed reviewing all these horror movies over October. I thought it was a really fun thing to do, but it is a lot of work because I got to find the time to film them all. So I'm always trying to squeeze them in right
It's not a lot of work. You sit in your arse for 2 hours watching a fucking movie, and then you fucking make a video talking about the movie you just fucking watched. It is very easy to do that shit. Fucking no, it's not a lot of fucking work, Phil. It's a piece of fucking cake.
after a late stream or, you know, between a stream to try to get that review out. That's really my problem right now is time. It's not my desire to do it. It's not that I don't have fun doing it. It's my time because I'm already here all day long, 6 days a week, streaming and filming and uploading. So it's like, where do I find the extra time to do this extra project for that channel, right? And that's really where the challenge has lied. So, let's see what happens. But give me feedback, all right? Speaking of which, let's talk a little bit about the schedule for the week and the feedback that I've received, and then we'll go from there. So today, it's Super Mario Brothers Wonder on the first stream. We're basically flipping it, because yesterday it was Spider-Man 2, then Super Mario. Today it's Super Mario, and then it's Spider-Man 2. So right now, 3+ hours of Super Mario Brothers Wonder. We're actually at the very tail end of World 3. So we'll finish that first. But I've been told that supposedly, if you can believe it, there's more in World 1. That apparently when I actually got the final seed in World 1, that a pipe opened up. And I missed it. I didn't see it. I didn't notice it because I thought that World 1 was complete, so I kind of like just left. But apparently another pipe might have opened up in World 1, so we'll go back and look. I don't know if that's true or not, but someone had left a comment on the video about it, and I'm like, okay, I'll go back and look. It's worth like a 2-minute investigation of World 1 again. You know, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, considering the fact that there's been so many secrets so far that I didn't know, and people told me about. I was like, oh my god, this game is full of secrets. So we'll beat World 3, we'll go back and investigate World 1 again, and then we'll go back to the Petal Isles and continue on to whatever the next world is, okay? 3 hours today, we might make significant progress. I don't know if we'll beat an entire other, you know, area yet. But man, it'll be pretty fun, I think, okay? It's been a great ride. I can't wait for more today. On the late stream tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, 2 more hours of Spider-Man 2, and now we are heading further into the story. We actually just completed a major story mission. The story is pushing forward, and there's not as much side content to do, so tonight may actually see some major story developments before we actually get back into more side content exploration, so we'll see, and go from there. So that's fun. Now, tomorrow, this was up in the air because I said Wednesday I would do either order, whatever you guys wanted. Initial feedback I'm getting is Spider-Man on the first stream and Mario on the late stream. I don't know if you guys here live on today's podcast agree with that, but a few people left a comment on yesterday's podcast, and they were like, yeah, we like to see more Spider-Man as the daytime stream. We prefer that, but it's up to you. Let me know your feedback. I'd love to hear it. What order would you like tomorrow? Would you like Spider-Man Mario or Mario Spider-Man? It's in your hands. Give me feedback. Okay, so tomorrow, more of that. I'm off from streaming on Thursday. I got a very busy day ahead of me. Basically, it's month end, and I have a whole bunch of stuff saved up to do that I have to do. Appointments and other stuff. So it'll be a fun day out with my wife at the same time. It's going to be a pretty frustrating day of having to run around and do a bunch of errands and appointments. So it is what it is. It's what happens when you have one day off a week. When I come back on Friday, it is Alan Wake 2 all day long. First and second streams, I'm immersing myself back into the world of Alan Wake. It's been ages since, you know, we played one of these. So I'm very excited to get reimmersed. Poor Alan Wake has been stuck in that goddamn lake for 13 years. We got to get his ass out of there. I hope we get his ass out of there one way or another. We got to get him out of the control of this crazy lake, okay? So that'll be all day Friday. Then on Saturday, I think what I will do is play Alan Wake on the daytime stream, and then whatever got the night stream treatment tomorrow will be the night stream on Saturday, and then on Sunday we'll do my react show, and Sunday night will be whatever game we didn't play. So probably let's say if it's Mario on Saturday night, then it'll be Spider-Man on Sunday night. So and then Monday we'll go back to Alan Wake. It'll be a balance basically for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of Alan Wake, Spider-Man, and Mario all balanced off of each other. Okay, and that's the way to go about it. I think it'll be pretty fun. So I hope you'll join me. Next week should be a very great week, juggling the 3 new releases, and particularly, I'm very excited for Alan Wake. Of course, keep in mind, Tuesday, October 31st, my Halloween Marathon, the annual event, will happen right here on DSP Gaming. I'll be in costume all day long. I'll be drinking all day long like a fish. I'll be drunk as hell, passed out, barfing everywhere. No, that's not going to happen, but maybe I'll have a few shots here or there. Food. I'll be ordering a meal, and we'll have it live, a Feasting with Phil, the first time we've had one in months. In addition, there'll be a live tier maker where we're going to be ranking classic horror movie franchises against each other. Do you think that The Exorcist is better or worse than A Nightmare on Elm Street? It's tough. It's a tough decision. You gotta think about that, right? So we have a lot of these things to rank. It's gonna be an interesting tier maker where a lot of people are gonna be upset, I feel. But what can you do? And Also, games. We're going to be playing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre as voted by the members of this channel. But there's also going to be 2 other games. It looks like it's going to be Resident Evil 0 and Phantasmagoraphobionic Aramo. I keep forgetting the game's name. So if it is those 2 games, we have to figure out what are the best versions, and we have to start talking about this over the weekend so I can prepare for Tuesday. Resident Evil 0, I don't know if I have the latest version. The version that I had was the one that was on PlayStation, but I don't know if that's the most up-to-date version. I guess what I'd have to do is when I get on maybe tonight, if you guys remind me tonight when we're booting up Spider-Man 2, I can search on PlayStation for which version it is that I own on there and make sure it's playable on PS5 and I'll see what if it's the most up to date. Okay? We'll figure this out together. If not, I could get it again on PC. On my mini PC now, they have a version that came out in 2016, but I don't know if that's the latest one or if that's the same as the PlayStation version. So I want to be sure to get the right one. Okay? So we're going to be playing at least 3 video games, plus the tier maker, plus food, plus drinking, plus the costume. It's going to be a great day. And incidentally, it's the final day of October. It would be great if you wanted to come by and support the channel in a big way to kind of do a big month-end push. That would be very appreciated. I'm sure people would love possibly to come by, maybe get like a gifted membership or something. So hopefully I'll see you then. All right. All right, and I've already told you about my plans for early November, going through and finishing up the 3 games I'm playing. Then we got Like a Dragon Gaiden. We've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the possibility of another game like The Lords of the Fallen or RoboCop or something like that. There you go. Boom. Exciting. Very exciting stuff going on right now, right? Very exciting. Okay, so that is the schedule. Now, folks, what do you think of my shirt? This is a brand new shirt I bought recently. And it's funny because, so this shirt...
Hold on, you want me to tell you what I think of your shirts? Are you curious what I think about your fucking shirt?
Nice shirt, 25 cents.
There you go, that's what I fucking think.
I don't even recognize the brand. Like I said, I gone to a discount store to buy some clothes.
Burger.
And this is a store that sells clothing that did not sell at like a name brand store, so they sell it for a discount. And I like the shirt a lot. It's very comfy and it's warm, but again, it's extra large, and I almost feel like it's too big. But the weird thing is, 2 days ago, I wore a green shirt from a different brand, but it was a very similar looking shirt, and that one was extra large, and that one you guys said that it looked good. So what do you think about this one? Do you think it's too big, or do you think it looks good? It's hard to judge. And the funny part is, they're both the same size, yet they seem to fit differently. See what I was saying? I was just talking about this a day or two. I was like, how is it that you get the same exact size of clothing, large, extra large, and you wear them, and one is perfect and one is terrible, right? Like, I have button-down shirts, and some of them are large, and they fit perfectly, and others is large, I go to button, and it won't fit. How is it the other one works perfectly and has room, and the other one doesn't fit at all? But they're the same size, supposedly. It doesn't make any sense, right? So there you go. Anyway.
Oh, thank you very much to WPIG. So WPIG have ended their stream where Brand Dude was actually a guest on WPIG. And they were looking back at the Chop Shop Garage fucking throwback stuff there. So yeah, I was actually watching that before starting Bingo. It was quite fun and entertaining stuff to see. And yeah, big ups to WPIG for the raid. Thank you very much. Welcome to all new people.
I like it. It's comfy. A very comfy, like a light sweatshirt style shirt. So I like it. I'm going to start wearing these kind of things very regularly. I'm going to alternate between button-down shirts and these kind of shirts for the fall. And every once in a while, I will mix in a gaming t-shirt when I see fit. Perhaps when I do like a night when I will be playing Street Fighter in the future, which isn't right now, but when Street Fighter comes back, I'll probably wear some Street Fighter t-shirts and stuff like that. But for the foreseeable future, I am enjoying myself wearing these nice comfy clothes. And I maybe have to wear socks again. Yesterday, I had to put a pair of socks on during the podcast because it got so cold. It is sunny outside, so maybe it won't be as cold today, but I have socks at the ready if I need them to put them on my feet. There you go. It's very exciting stuff you guys need to know about. All right, before we get to shout outs and the like, 2 minor news stories today. So it is time for my favorite segment. It's time for your favorite segment. Sadly, it'll be a very short segment today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for DSP News. And here's the 2 stories. Story number 1 is absolutely positively hilarious because I don't like to say I told you so. Who am I kidding? Yes, I do. I told you so. Today, the Metal Gear Solid 1 collection came out, or the Metal Gear Solid First Collection, or whatever the hell it's called. It released. And everyone released their reviews of it. And everyone's like, oh, this collection sucks. We didn't realize it, but it's just straight up ports of the games. There's no increase in graphics. There's no redone voice acting. There's no redone control scheme. Literally nothing has been improved. It's exactly the same ports of these games that you've played on previous consoles. Metal Gear Solid 1 is literally the pixelated, laggy PS1 version that you played on PS1 but also emulated on PS3. It's the same version, but now it plays on your PS5. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 are the same as the HD versions that have been out for over a decade that you used to play on PS3. You probably already played on PS4. They're exactly the same on PS5. All these versions are identical. They put zero effort into this collection. It's just a porting so that you can play them on your modern console. And I read these reviews and people are like panning it. And I'm like, that is exactly as it was advertised. Like, no exaggeration. I don't think Konami, not once did they ever say we were ever doing anything extra than just porting this. It was a straight port so you could play it on your PS5. That's all they've ever said it was. And I get that people maybe were looking for more, but why are you then like slamming it and saying things, oh, it's negative? I mean, they said that's what it was. So if you felt all along that that's not what you wanted, why did you go into it having an expectation that it would be something better? For a month straight, people have been coming on this podcast and asking me, Phil, are you going to play Metal Gear Solid 1? They've been coming on to my streams of gameplay and asking me, Phil, are you going to play the Metal Gear Solid Collection? And I answer them the same way every time. No, it's the same games we've already played. There's nothing improved, so why am I in a rush? The one incentive I have to get this collection is that I no longer have access to Metal Gear Solid 1, because that I played emulated on my PS3, and my PS3 doesn't work anymore. So the one incentive I would have is I want to play MGS1 again someday. So maybe I'll get it in this collection and play it on PS5. But outside of that, why am I in any rush to play it? It's not a new game. And every time I say that to people, people are like, huh? But it's a new game. It's a new collection. I'm like, no, it's not. Who told you this? It's like the whole Metal Gear Solid community gets so worked up over shit whenever anyone mentions Burger Snake. Woo! No, it's not a new game. It's a shameless cash-in. They said as much. It was never advertised otherwise. So why people freak out about that, I just don't understand. It actually drives me nuts when you get people absolutely freaking out over shit like that. You know what I mean? Look at this. More really stupid sock accounts, which I'm just gonna get rid of right now. Okay, cool. So yeah, I hate to say it, but if you are disappointed by this collection, I have to say shame on you. I mean, shame on Konami for just doing the port, but when they said they were doing it, they said the reason they were doing it was posterity purposes. We want people to be able to play the classic Metal Gears on a modern console. Right now, there was really no way to play them all on PS5. Fair enough, this allows you now to play them all on PS5. Now, if you think the collection's overpriced, that's your own subjective judgment. But I mean, that's why I never talked about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how people are freaking out, and even the reviewers are like review bombing it. Dude, it said what it was. Why do people go into things with such unreasonable expectations? I have no idea. Anyway, that being said, if you're looking for a way to play those games on a modern console, this is how you do it. If not, you know, this is why everyone's, I can't believe you're skipping the Metal Gear Solid collection. You can't believe I'm skipping the games I've played twice already.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money.
And shall we picky bastard? Damn, YouTube fucking froze again. Thank you very much to Logan K for the super chat, who says, I've read numerous positive reviews. He's just toxic and hates fun games. This is not news. Well, I would pretty much agree that it's not really news, because whether a game's good or not is subjective. I have seen a couple of people pan the game for being a bit glitchy and buggy, but then again, it's a port from an old game onto current gen console, so I was kind of expecting that myself. But yeah, it's not really a news segment. It's basically a chance for fucking Phil to brag about how he fucking knows far better than everyone else. Phil loves fucking being right and everyone else being fucking wrong. He loves being that. He loves basically fucking saying "I told you so," as he admitted to himself earlier on. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I love the Metal Gear Solid games myself. You know what I mean? Like Metal Gear Solid 2 was a game I played over and over and over again, and just was completely, you know, I fucking love playing that game. And it's just, it's the story as well. For a lot of the time, it's just it just sucks you in. It's always very well crafted. So it's good that the games are available on current gen for people. Which is, but I don't know. This is not really newsworthy though. You're right in saying that. It's not really. I don't know. Jesus, and there's a waste of a fucking super chat right there in Phil's chat. Someone's very first super chat, Tom Tyres. Everyone here's a sock account. You have no fans. That'll be our first and last super chat. I am willing to bet. Yep, it just got leaned. There we go. Fucking hell, man. But sending the socks. Jesus, man. Anyway, yeah, I agree though. Logan, it is not news.
You know, this is why everyone's, I can't believe you're skipping the Metal Gear Solid collection. You can't believe I'm skipping the games I've played twice already? Why? Instead of new games that are coming out right now that I'm dying to play? What? Gee, what a weird decision I made, right? Anyway, so that's that. Now, the other piece of news really isn't news. The reason it's news is because social media rumor mongers have been going apeshit for weeks. All right? Here's why they're going apeshit. Because they have this really weird conspiracy theory that Rockstar Games is going to announce Grand Theft Auto 6 today. Yes. So here's this weird theory they've come up with. You ready for this? Well, Rockstar always has their social media account, particularly their Twitter X account, with a pinned tweet, but they haven't had a pinned tweet for several days. It's like they're keeping it open for something special. And the same thing, like, oh, their YouTube account also is showing signs that they're going to post something incredibly important today. Also, historically, if you look at the history of Rockstar, they always announce something huge at the end of October. It's always the end of October. And today would be the day. If you do the math and you pull out a protractor and you hold it up to your computer screen and you look at the angle of the letters that you form the word Rockstar on their main homepage, it points to a URL period. If you click on this period, it takes you to a URL. And if you look at the source code of the page, but you put it on a color RGB filter and you take every 17th letter that's there in the source code of the page and you put it together, it says, "You're fucking crazy." That's what it says. You're an idiot. Why do people believe this shit? They believe they're so dumb. They believe anything because they're so desperate for information. They will make anything up. These crazy rumor mongers will have the craziest conspiracy theories over nothing.
And yet, you are spreading it on your 200,000 strong subscriber channel. You're basically just spreading that. You're mocking it, but you're also spreading it far and wide. And also, yes, Phil did say I missed that. There we go, fantastic. By the way, I'm not entirely sure where this particular image for the bingo background is from. Don't think Eddie's here today to tell us all. But yeah, this is something that Eddie submitted as part of his multiple images he gave for the bingo backgrounds. Eddie would have to. I mean, if you guys can recognise it, whether it's from yourself, then congratulations. But I'm not too sure myself. And yeah, Eddie would have to inform us, I think, unless someone knows better. It's a strange one. It's certainly not like no. It's strange seeing him with a full beard. That does look like a full beard he's got, rather than just kind of wee patch he's got now. It looks like a proper full beard. It's kind of strange. Oh, and Phil said fuck as well.
Burger.
There we go.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
This is actually a very strong fucking card.
There's absolutely no information leading to us to believe that anything of GTA 6 is coming out this month at all. Nothing. Nothing concrete besides the ramblings and ravings of a bunch of nut jobs. Okay? These people are nuts. But they will sit there and they will fucking talk about this on social media all day to try to bring up attention for themselves so people will keep checking their accounts and shit. There's nothing. Now, if Rockstar does announce something this month, great. Good. I would like some information about GTA 6. I don't know about you guys, but I would certainly enjoy that.
If they also announce it before the end of October, it means that they'd be correct. These fucking nut jobs you fucking refer to would have been right to assume that it would have been announced. So you're going to, if Rockstar do announce something about GTA 6 before the end of October, well, Phil apologise to all nut jobs who are claiming that's what's going to happen. Of course not.
You know, but just because 2 years ago in October, this is about the time when they announced the GTA collection, right? When the remastered collection, that doesn't mean that now this is when they're going to drop the bomb about GTA 6. It doesn't mean that at all. Okay, so. The only reason I'm covering this on the news show is because it's not really the rumor that's the news. The news is that there's so many idiots who propagate these rumors on social media that then everyone starts talking about it. Like today, Rockstar is legitimately trending on X for no good reason. They didn't announce anything. They're not set to announce anything. They haven't even said a word, but everyone's expecting them to announce something because of these rumor mongers. You see?
Burger.
Anyway, it's kind of silly. I don't buy it. I don't think anything's going to happen. If it does, great. I'm happy to hear new news about GTA 6, but I am not going to be sitting here awaiting anything. You know, it's just like crazy people who also think that the world's going to end at Y2K and, you know, the aliens are landing and that Jesus was white. Anyway, let us get back to the normal show now that we're done. Like how I slipped in that last one. Very good. So, let us now get shout-outs. We're actually at the shout-outs portion of the show already, if you can believe it. We've gotten that far. Okay? Anyway, so now people are finally laughing at the joke. Okay, so first of all, our first contribution to shout out today is
I love how he just stared there, and you know, like an intimidating stare towards his fucking chat. He wasn't going to fucking move until his chat started fucking laughing. There would have been no progress on the show until the audience started laughing at his fucking shitey fucking joke. then one person fucking goes lol and felt like, yes, success.
It's William, who did a super chat. He says, have you played the Dead Space remaster? Would you consider replaying it? I played it in January when it was a brand new release. Indeed, I did. And my opinion is thus. It was well done. The graphics were greatly improved. Insanely good lighting, right? And the few improvements that they did, for example, adding in the anti-grav movement around certain stages and actually having one or two smaller new areas for the anti-grav kind of movement around, I thought was a nice touch, okay? But overall, the game is greatly the original. It's almost identical to the original in most ways. And I do feel like charging $70 for that game was kind of a ripoff because they didn't really design most of it. You know what I mean? Like, that game mostly was designed by Visceral Games. Now, the team that did this re-release, this remaster, did a good job, but it's not a brand new game at all. It's exactly the same plot. It's the same gameplay elements, almost identical to the original game, you know, over a decade ago. So, to me, I thought that it was overpriced. Maybe if it was like $50, but $70+ for a game that's exactly the same with minor tweaks and you know, a few gameplay challenge changes and tons of graphical upgrades, but it was not worth $70. So, I liked it, but I was a little disappointed that they went that route. And then, of course, when I beat it, everyone was like, well, what do you think if they did this with Dead Space 2? I mean, Dead Space 2 is an amazing game today. I played it a few years ago. It's still a really great game. I could definitely see graphically overhauling it to make it a little better, but I would wonder, like in Dead Space 1, the one major thing they did is they connected all the areas of the ship. Now you can go all around the ship without having to use the trams, and that's a cool thing. They have all these shortcut doors or whatever that you can do that. And the secret rooms that had like more collectibles and items and things in them, that was a nice touch. But I don't know what they would do with Dead Space 2. Like the anti-grav gameplay was already in Dead Space 2. So what would they add significant that made it feel a little different than the original? I really don't know. In Dead Space 2, everything connected as well. So I really don't know. I don't know what they would do, and is it going to be worth $70, you know? But it seems like that's the route they're going, because Dead Space 1's remake did sell well. So they're likely going to make Dead Space 2 remake. Now, would I play it again? I don't think so. What would be the incentive of playing it again? I already played through the whole thing. You know, we did it all. Didn't we do it on the harder difficulty as well? I think we did. So I really don't see the point of playing it a second time. Thank you, William, for the first super chat of the day. I appreciate that. Okay. Continuing on, I received a tip. Wumba has tipped me $2. Says, I cannot wait to play and watch your Alan Wake 2 streams. Remedy rarely makes a bad game. You know, the thing with Remedy, all right, I'll be honest. Remedy does good games, but they always seem to have a shortcoming. And the shortcoming, sadly, I hate to say, people try to usually like focus on. And as much as I like Remedy games, for some reason, a lot of the times they don't resonate with my audience. So let me explain. Quantum Break. I thought Quantum Break had really good graphics. I liked the fact that it was a game that had real-life cutscenes. Almost never do you see a video game that has cutscenes with real actors in it, right? I liked the whole element of moving time around during combat, but overall, the combat wasn't very satisfying. The combat was just kind of meh. But the focus of the game was kind of this cool supernatural sci-fi plotline, kind of like watching the TV show Fringe back in the day. So I liked the game, but I didn't love it because I felt like the gameplay was holding it back. Okay? Control, I really enjoyed. Why? That was a crazy, interesting plot. Again, kind of in line with the TV show Fringe or the X-Files, where it's all this weird stuff going on. You know, these crazy supernatural plot lines.
Basically, he likes sci-fi.
Intersecting or whatever, haunted objects and things. Really neat, really well done. And the fact that it actually tied into the Alan Wake universe was a really nice touch. But again, what was the shortcoming of the game? Combat. The combat wasn't that good. It was third-person action, and although I liked the fact that you had psychic powers, you could throw stuff around, it really needed a cover-based system. It didn't have a cover-based system. What it had, you had to kind of pull objects towards you for temporary cover with your psychic powers, and it just left a lot to be desired, especially when you were doing waves and waves of generic enemies, and it just dragged on too long. The final boss was incredibly underwhelming, and the ending, the standard ending of the game, was very disappointing. So it was like a wild ride with a great plot, and then the ending just fizzled out and failed, you know? So it's like every time I play a Remedy game, there's these really huge parts that are fun and great, right? Whether it's an awesome plot element or something in there makes it feel amazing. But for some reason, it always seems to me like it's missing something or it misses the mark slightly, right? Like Alan Wake, the original Alan Wake. Okay, when I played it as a new release, it was actually the first Remedy game I'd ever played. I take that back. I think I played Max Payne 2 way back in the day, but I'd never beaten it. But Alan Wake, cool supernatural plotline, really cool atmosphere. At the time, the graphics, the light to dark with the shadows were actually quite good. The flashlight mechanic was really cool. Very reminiscent of a suspense TV show like Twin Peaks, or even like had a lot of Silent Hill style stuff, right? How about the TV show that you would watch and would have an episode on TV, and then that would reflect to something that was actually going on like in the game and stuff like that? I really liked that. Now, where did Alan Wake fail? Well, the gameplay. I mean, again, you notice that the pattern I'm saying here? the gameplay was good for like the first 2/3 of the game, but by the time you get to the end, it just gets grindy. It's like, dude, it's more of this shadow gameplay. It just keeps continuing on in endless waves of these enemies at this point. And you just get to the point where like, okay, I just want to see the end now. I've had enough. I just want to beat it now because, you know, we've done enough of killing the shadow enemies and they just keep coming, right? So the plot's great. The thriller storyline is great. The dark to light elements and lighting are great, and then the gameplay kind of fizzles out by the end. So it's almost the same thing every time with Remedy. Now, with Alan Wake 2, it's 2 games in 1. You've got Alan, who's been stuck in this lake for 13 years, and apparently his gameplay will be this horror-based puzzle-style gameplay with gore and really scary elements, while in the real world, there's an FBI agent who's investigating the lake, and she's going to have gameplay elements very similar to what Alan experienced in the first Alan Wake game. So it really does feel like 2 games in 1, and apparently you can swap between the characters to advance one plot or the other a little more back and forth for a while, which I like the idea of. Instead of just focusing on one character solely, go back and forth, and it kind of keeps it moving. I like that. But, once again, will this be like the 5th Remedy game that has really good elements, and then it kind of doesn't feel good by the end because the gameplay wears out, you know? I hope not. I just want to say for once, wow, I played a Remedy game from start to finish, and every moment of it was amazing. Every waking moment of it was amazing. No pun intended, but I guess maybe this could be the time for it. I mean, we waited 13 years, man, for this sequel. I hope it's really good. I really do. I hope it lives up to expectations because I would love for it to be a great game. I know people are now booing at my insanely cheesy pun. Well, I deserve it. Okay. Thank you for the tip, Wumba. Continuing on. Oh, seriously? Here's another one. So, guys, the other day, someone gave me a code to give out on stream. And they said this was a pre-order bonus code. If you had pre-ordered it, this is pre-order content. Someone else, Adam, has tipped $1 and says, I also have a code for the pre-order bonus content for Spider-Man 2, and I don't need it. I'd like to give it away. So if you have Spider-Man 2, but you didn't pre-order it, you can add on some outfits and stuff with this code, okay? So here's the code. Thank you, Adam, for the tip, and thanks for sharing. The code is as follows. 4, like the number 4, PAN N72J 3RKJ. Again, that is 4PAN N72J 3RKJ.
Bear in mind that we are behind Phil by a couple minutes, you know, so there's no way you guys can win that code before anyone else. So yeah, because we're not absolutely live right now compared to Phil right now, just ignore the code.
Enjoy whoever got that and got to use the skins in Spider-Man. Very nice. By the way, someone actually donated some codes for me to give out ages ago, and I was saving them for a special occasion. I'm thinking I'm going to give them out during the Halloween marathon. If you guys remind me, I think I have a bunch of game codes. Let me take a look and tell you what it is. Because someone donated these a while ago and said, hey, you know, you want to give them out? I was like, sure, but I want the right time to do it, and I haven't really figured that out yet. Let's look. Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different games. 7 different games to give out. I think I will give these out during the Halloween marathon. If you guys, again, remembered to remind me, I think we'll do that during the intro of the Halloween marathon as like a nice celebration of the month. What games are they? I'm not telling you. Just come by and you maybe get one. I'm not telling you what they are. Come on, let's spoil the surprise, right? Anyway, so yeah, there you go. All right, so guys, that is what I've got for today. Like, no exaggeration, that's it. Like I said, I don't have a lot to talk about on today's podcast. We got through everything I wanted to discuss. Just a quick reminder, you know I'm a crowdfunded individual. You know I barely make any money like on ad revenue on YouTube. I make my living crowdfunded. If you like the style of content, minimum advertisement, minimum all that nonsense, no codes, no shilling, no referrals and nonsense, please support the stream, whether it's a super chat or super sticker, a membership or gifted membership, or a tip. It is all appreciated. I'm trying to get back on track for memberships. We have about a week left in the month, and we lost over 150 memberships this month. It would be great to get back up to around 600 by the end of the month. I don't know if that's possible. In addition, tips, I'm trying to hit the tier 1 tips goal every stream. We don't do it every stream, but if we can at least stay on pace of doing that, that would be really nice. So please consider tipping today. Outside of that, thanks for anything. I really appreciate all of your support here on the streams, and I'll give you a shout out if you support in any way. Speaking of which, guess what? Neander Thief, that's a joke for me. I said it was the Neander Thief the other day instead of whatever the hell the name of the thief is in Mario. They did a super chat and says, R Zest, who made Sonic Superstars, also made Yoshi's New Island, Hey Pikmin, and Balan Wonderworld. The founder of R Zest designed Sonic and Eggman. Mania devs were treated poorly during Sonic Origins. Well, I think that Sonic Superstars sucked ass. and I'm well aware that it was the maker of, or designer of Sonic who made Balan Wonderworld, and it flopped, and then he basically got kicked out of the company, right? And then he go to jail? He did, right? He went to jail for insider trading. So what an interesting story, right? Oh, he goes back to Sega. He starts designing games again. All the games are terrible. Then he gets kicked out of the company and arrested for insider trading and goes to jail. Okay then. Sometimes they say, you know, reality is crazier than fantasy, right? It's pretty wild. Anyway, thank you for the super chat. Okay. 10 days till your birthday, Juan. Glad to hear it. Hope you have something special planned. Okay. All right, so guys, I'm going to open up the stream to Q&A. Or if you do a contribution, I'll give you a shout out. But I'm going to open up the stream to Q&A. Anything you guys want to chat about today, let me know. In the chat, be sure to tag me. We'll chat for a little bit here and go from there. Fair enough? What do you guys want to speak about today? Anything. Does anyone want to speak to me today? Or are you guys tight-lipped, zipped? You don't want to speak to me at all today. You're actually giving me the silent treatment. Let's see. Maybe it's a silent treatment today. Maybe people are very upset with me. I don't know what they would be upset about. I've been having a great time with the new releases, and I've stayed out of all kinds of problems. Have I ever smoked the herb? Yes, I did. Probably like 3-4 times when I was, 3-4 times when I was in high school. I haven't done it since. Did not enjoy it. Am I excited Seattle's getting an NBA team? I couldn't care less than I do now. Oh, no. Neanderthal did his second super chat says, no, actually, he's talking about Naoto Oshima, who drew Sonic and Eggman. That is not the same as Yuji Naka. Yeah, but didn't Yuji Naka make Balan Wonderworld and then get kicked out of Sega and arrested? So you're talking about someone else, but the same situation. Oh, okay. Hello, gorgeous. When's your first Modern Warfare 3 stream? Says Hindenburger. Am I? Well, first of all, thank you. I mean, that's a very nice compliment. I appreciate that. Is it not November 10th? Doesn't Modern Warfare 3 come out November 10th? And of course, I'm interested in the multiplayer and the Warzone. I'm not really interested in the campaign this time around. So yeah, whenever it comes out, I'll be playing it. I really liked the beta, so I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with that game, at least in the short term. Have I ever had a smoked lobster? No, I have not. I've never had a smoked lobster before. Joel Loft says the next Ace Attorney trilogy releases in January. Would you consider it? I have no idea. Those games take way too long to get through because there's insane amounts of dialogue, and I have to read it all. It's a lot of work, and it's very time-consuming, and quite frankly, considering the fact that we're going to have Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, followed by Final Fantasy Rebirth within a 1-month window of January to February, I think a lot more people are going to want to see that than see me reading 3 Phoenix Wright games. I'm just saying. So, I'm very skeptical about it. So, guess what? I got a third super chat from Neanderthal who says, Yuji was kicked out of Square Enix, not Sega. So, I got the whole story wrong. I got the wrong person, the wrong company, the wrong information completely. I'm just wrong. I don't think I was right on a single point, was I? Well, he did get arrested for insider trading. I got that right, correct? So maybe I got 1 point out of my 17 correct. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm just an idiot. Why Susha116 did a super chat. Says if they do release Metal Gear Solid Volume 2, hopefully we'll get Metal Gear Solid 4. That's been stuck on PS3 forever. You're right. They never ported it anywhere. And if you remember at the time, it was groundbreaking for PS3 because they would never have been able to do that level of cutscene on any console before. And I know you might think I'm joking. No, the whole game's like a movie. And the cutscenes are really well done. It's like watching a movie. And I remember playing that game with a drink, a rum and coke, and half the time I was playing it just sitting there getting drunk watching the movie. I enjoyed it, but I was like, I guess there's a game in there somewhere. Sometimes I'd be shocked because I'd watch a cutscene for like an hour, and I'd be like totally drunk because I drank my whole drink.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Prophet, for a super chat. It says, I smoke the herb. Black Mage, not so much. He thinks he does though. Oh, for goodness sake, you. Will you quit bullying that poor boy? Jesus, man. I'm sure it's a work in progress for him to get his fucking, you know, is it a license you need? Like, you know, official. It's bizarre to me. Like, he needs like fucking some sort of ID, to, like legally like get high as fuck in like in certain states in America. It's weird. I find it fucking weird. Yeah, I can't mind the exact situation that happened before where Black Mage couldn't get his normal. He had to wait to get something sorted to get weed again. I can't mind such a situation. But, yeah. Prophet is also bragging about being a prominent, you know, enjoyer of the herb. Jesus Christ, man. You quit bullying Black Mage, you. I could have sworn, though, on that topic, though, DSP was saying he only did it in high school. I could have sworn he said he did it in college. Like, I could have sworn he had some sort of strange, bizarre college story about him fucking smoking weed. So obviously that's past the point of high school. Mr. Valedictorian done weed in high school. And apparently was a good boy the rest of the fucking time. Aye, fucking right. I don't know. Something that doesn't add up. Phil's claiming he only did it in high school and didn't do it after that, but I'm pretty, yeah, he definitely did it fucking during during college as well, according to him. Francisco's asking, did Prophet lose at Rocket League already? He's still not installed the game. Prophet doesn't even want to install the game, never mind playing at Rocket League. So yeah, it's still not happened. Like, I mean, the invitation's still there, you know. Prophet can find 3 different teammates to be on his team. I'll beat them all, him as well. 4-on-1, I'll be the one. And I'll beat Prophet and anyone else who finds to play the game with him. But yeah. Prophet's got it installed. I'll fucking play after the fucking stream then.
There's a game in there somewhere. Sometimes I'd be shocked because I'd watch a cutscene for like an hour and I'd be like totally drunk because I drank my whole drink, and then I get back to play and I was too drunk to play because I drank the whole drink watching the cutscene. Like, well, I guess I'll get back to it when I'm sober, you know. But no, I agree with you. It would be great to have that ported and be able to play it other than on PS3. William did a super chat. I watched your original playthrough of Alan Wake when I was just a kid. I can't wait to see you play the sequel. I'm excited. Do you smoke weed? No, I do not. I have not smoked weed again since I was a teenager. Thank you, William, for the super chat. I fucked up. Oh, no, I didn't. Yes, I did. I was going to say I fucked up because I accidentally put 2 I's in the end of your name there. There we go, William. Thank you for the super chat. Hold on. I have to get my voice in order. Ready? Alan Wake.
I'm going to mute that shit until I stop singing.
Something about something tonight. He's Alan.
No, he's still singing. He's still singing.
See, I don't have the chops anymore. I don't have the chops to do it anymore. I can't do the song. I used 13 years ago I had the voice for it. I don't have it anymore. I lost it all. When was the last time you stopped drinking alcohol for the sake of just getting drunk and not to enjoy the flavor? I completely don't understand the question. Are you...
How can you not understand the fucking question, Phil? Mr. I used to be a fucking alcoholic is being asked, when's the last time he stopped drinking for the sake of getting drunk? Oh my fucking god, how can you not understand the question? Considering that Phil was apparently an alcoholic before in the past, which means I'll say if I can drink just to fucking drink for the sake of just getting drunk. Yeah, that's pretty much how I interpret that as an alcoholic. Oh my fucking god. I need to hear him fucking say that again.
When was the last time you stopped drinking alcohol for the sake of just getting drunk and not to enjoy the flavor? I completely don't understand the question. Are you asking, when was the last time I drank alcohol for the flavor? Or are you saying, when was the last time I drank just to get drunk? Or buzzed? Because not drunk, I don't want to drink to get drunk, I drink to get buzzed. If you could rephrase that, Yum Yum, I'll answer the question, but I don't understand because the way you phrase it is very confusing. Shug says,
Did he just current phrase that? I drink. He didn't say I drank to get buzzed. I drink to get buzzed. Mr. Former Alcoholic enjoys getting buzzed. That was present tense.
Drunk. Or buzzed. Because not drunk, I don't want to drink to get drunk, I drink to get buzzed.
I drink to get buzzed. Not I drank to get buzzed. I drink to get buzzed. Which is present tense. And yet he used to be an alcoholic back in the fucking day, which is not a problem anymore. Phil can easily drink to get buzzed now and all that shit, and it's not a problem. There's no issue or risks apparently of him being an alcoholic again. Fuck off. He has never been an alcoholic. Does he have a problem with alcohol in terms of consumption of it? Sometimes, for sure. I think some of us, all of us have been in that kind of situation. Does it make us alcoholics? No, it does not. It just means that sometimes Phil drank too much, ran his fucking mouth, got in trouble, and so he used the fucking excuse, I'm an alcoholic, to fucking get out of any problems, which his fucking mouth got him into.
If you could rephrase that, Yum Yum, I'll answer the question, but I don't understand because the way you phrase it is very confusing. Shug says, any interest in Tekken? Not enough time? Likely I'm getting it. Likely I'm getting Tekken 8. What is it, end of January? I'm probably getting it. The thing is, like right now, as you know, Street Fighter's on hiatus, right? And I want to play Street Fighter 6 more. I do. I want to play it more online. I enjoy the game. But right now, we're in the midst of these new releases, and it may be on hiatus for a bit. I don't know. I want to get back into it. I feel like I will eventually. And then when I do that, it's like, okay, now Tekken's coming out. Well, what do I do about Tekken? Do I invest a lot of time in it? Do I not? I've honestly, do you know the truth? Sadly, I haven't heard very good things about the beta. People are saying the game plays well, but the online plays bad. They're saying it's laggy, and that's not good. I mean, I know it's the beta and everything, but people are like, you know what it is? We're all spoiled by Street Fighter 6. People are saying these new fighting games cannot compete with Street Fighter 6. That Street Fighter 6, whatever they did with the netcode, is the absolute best, and no one else is getting those connections. So I don't know what magic they're working over there, but if Tekken 8 ends up being laggy, yeah, that's going to disappoint everybody after how good Street Fighter 6 is, right? No, I'm not thinking about replaying Callisto Protocol. I feel like we did everything in the game, and I'm not interested in DLCs. Do I have any Halloween treats Kat or myself are making to eat? No. We have no plans on making or baking anything for Halloween. Nope. No Sweet Real Vibe says, you and I both know November is all about Call of Duty. Baby, let's go. I mean, for some people. For me, absolutely it'll be in the mix. It'll be something I want to play. It'll be my major multiplayer game probably for November, which is great to have something in there.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Paul J. Bradley Jr. for a super chat, who says, I heard it, Phil. That Thrill Alan Wake song. Stop. Jesus, man. I was like, I muted Phil as much as I could. When he started singing, the mute button came out to fucking shut that shit up. So yeah, I mean, the last thing anyone fucking wants is to hear Phil fucking sing. Remember though, Phil used to be fucking very proud of his singing voice. Not anymore, he's admitting he can't sing anymore, but he's claiming that he used to be an amazing fucking singer back in the fucking day, like, you know, 10 years ago. Even, maybe like fucking 7 years ago or whatever, 6 years ago. But that Phil apparently hasn't got it anymore. He hasn't got the chops to fucking bust out a song and sing it fucking flawlessly anymore. Personally, I think he's never been that good a fucking singer, but then again, you guys have heard me fucking try and do some fucking musical kind of things. I'm not that good either, so there we go. Who am I fucking judge someone's, you know, singing abilities when I'm not that good myself?
It'll be in the mix. It'll be something I want to play. It'll be my major multiplayer game probably for November, which is great to have something in the mix like that. I like Street Fighter 6, but I'll be honest, I do think a lot of people feel it's played out after having played it 4.5 months, and now I'm finally kind of giving it a rest. I want to get back to it, but man, I had a ton of fun playing the Modern Warfare 3 beta. Now, it was only 3 sessions, and they were 2 hours each. Maybe I'll get tired of this game soon when I play the real game, but it was fun.
Oh, fuck me, Phil said tired. This is an amazing card.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
We are 5 away from a full house, and we still haven't had a couple of things that we expect to fucking happen. Phil has not touched his ear yet. He has not said meaningful yet. He's not even said what the fuck he's talking about. Or on demand. I still think the dumb close-up is not likely to happen, but who knows? That's why free spaces are important. So remember, like the stream. 100 likes on this bingo stream before the end of bingo gives us a free space, and there might be a difference between a full house and not a full house.
Fun. It was fun to just run and gun again and to play on those old maps and to get Juggernaut and start kicking ass. It was super fun, so I hope that translates into some good gameplay for you guys in November. And onward. You know, because with Warzone you might have some longevity. I guess we'll see. Of course I'll be doing Elden Ring DLC if we ever get information about it, which we haven't yet. What TV channels did I watch as a kid? Whatever had kid shows on it. Didn't matter. I didn't care. You know, it used to be like Fox Kids in the mornings and whatever channel Ninja Turtles was on, because I can't remember what that was. And then after that, you had the Disney afternoon. You would come home and you would watch Chippendales Rescue Rangers, DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, and then whatever else was on, because it was always like Tailspin or something like that. You know, and then there was blocks of like cartoons in the mornings on Saturday mornings. You have X-Men and stuff like that, Spider-Man, the Marvel Hour on Fox Kids. And then, of course, you know, Nickelodeon was a great kids channel because you had, you know, all the other shit like Doug and Adventures of Pete and Guts and Legends of the Hidden Temple and Double Dare. You know, all those were great for kids back in the day. Really fun programming. No, my wife particularly does not really like scary movies that much. She'll watch one every once in a while, but she does not particularly enjoy them that much, so she tries to not watch them.
I assume this is the thumbnail that D-Dog was referring to. Like, the many bored instances, faces of Phil here, like, there's just so much dead air here. So it's like, what particular frame here, of all the, like, there's like hundreds of frames potential here. Which one, you know, captures the most bored Phil? Oh, it's not even come yet, it's still to come. Fuck me. If I miss it, please let me know so we can go back to it, because, you know, this looks like a bored DSP to me right here. Is he like stroking individual fucking strands of his fucking stash here? Just what the fuck's that shit all about? Look at this shit. It's like this side, this side, this side, this side. Wait, this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here. No, this one. Missed that one here. This. We go back to this one. Here we go. That one, this one, and that one. There we go.
You guys, why would you even ask me this? Someone just asked, do you remember the Spider-Man register to vote commercials that would play before the cartoon? Why are you even asking me that? What's the pertinence to that question? If I remembered it, why does that matter? What a weird question. People, I swear, sometimes people just throw out random questions just to have me say something. But what is the pertinence of that question? No, I don't remember it. Yes, I do.
Well, do you remember it or don't you? Someone remembers it. And they thought, holy fuck, I wonder if Phil remembers that kind of thing as well. It's a Q&A segment, which you started because you ran out of fucking things to talk about. And then when somebody, you bring up a topic about old cartoons, or someone else brought up, you answered that question about old cartoons, and then someone else remembers something from their end, from their point of view, from growing up, and they ask you if you remember it when you, oh my god, what, Phil? Is the question that important? God no, fuck no, it's not important. Is it pertinent and relevant to what you're talking about now? Yes. It's a simple yes or no.
It's the same answer. It doesn't matter. Right?
This entire fucking podcast doesn't fucking matter. No, it's Phil. The whole right now, what you're doing doesn't matter.
What is going on? No, I never thought South Park was supposed to be a kid's show. Considering the fact that the moment that it goes on TV, it warns and says this is for adults only, it's explicit content, it's very, no, it's not a kid's show, and I never thought it was. Did I like the show Nick Arcade? I was fascinated by it, but I always thought it was funny because you could always tell that it was supremely stupidly fake. And not, it wasn't a real show of, like, real arcade games. Like, it would have been awesome if they were playing, like, Street Fighter 2 or a light gun game, or, a game from, it was always some bullshit or something they made up. It wasn't a real show, basically. The villain I've been saying since day one that Guile's Sonic Booms are insanely powerful in Street Fighter 6, and I think the problem is online play. Like, I feel like offline, you could get around them. But online, you simply put cannot react fast enough with that input delay that you get. You can't react to the Sonic Boom, so he just stands there and gets away with fucking spamming them from mid-screen the whole game. And then if you try to punish it, he recovers and gets to hit you out of the air. It doesn't even make sense. Like, I don't know what they were thinking there. They obviously didn't realize that online that was going to be broken. It reminds me of, like, in Injustice 2. There's entire characters that have ranged gameplay, and so they gave other characters moves to beat it, like a teleport, but you can't do the teleport fast enough online because the online connections lag. So you have no way to beat the spammers. They just beat everything in the game, and the game was a piece of dog shit. So it was never worth playing online, How
Oh, touching your fucking stash.
Do I like raw seafood? Depends. Like, I've had sushi and sashimi, and I think it's good. It has to be properly prepared, obviously. But it could be delicious. My wife and I like poke bowls. We get poke bowls regularly, actually, with tuna or salmon. And that's raw fish, and it's delicious. Love that. Usually it has a marinade or something on the fish, but it tastes really good. Can I give a hint of my costume? As I said, the one hint I will give everyone is that it's related to the content that I put out on my streams. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. Because anything else would give it away, so I'm not going to do it. You got to see what the costume is on Tuesday. It's that simple. Okay. Have I considered playing Slime Rancher? I don't know much about it. If I remember correctly, didn't we try one? Wasn't there one on Game Pass? And it was like an early access, and we tried it for a little bit, and it seemed pretty cutesy, but we never really bothered with it, But no, I never played. I don't even know if you guys would want to see it. It seems like that would be like a chill stream style game, right?
I think I found the fucking bored DSP thumbnail. Oh, does it, D-Dog, just answer me this very quickly. Does it get worse? Does it get more bored? Oh, I might even do it. Hold on. Just will make sure, right there. When the eyes are fully closed. Little Philly's falling asleep in his own fucking stream. There we go. Piggy the Bank says the thinker, Melly the fucking drinker. Stinker, whatever you fucking want. I'm pretty sure I made a fucking thumbnail of that one time, like a month or two ago. Anyway, let's see how this works as a potential thumbnail background. So, little Philly's falling asleep on stream. Give me a second here. Let's see how this is going to look. Survey says... Perfect. Fantastic crop out. I'm quite pleased with that. That's gone quite well, in my opinion. Fantastic stuff.
Yes, I used to watch the Treehouse of Horror episodes of The Simpsons back in the day, and I liked them because they were all very, creepy horror-themed stuff. It even had gore and stuff in them sometimes. But I haven't watched The Simpsons in like 10 years, so I have nothing to say about Simpsons these days. The suggestion box we'll be taking a look at starting in November. That was the whole premise, is that we take suggestions for the month, and then, on the podcast.
Finally, we have the ear touch. You messed about it right here.
Taking a look at starting in November.
Look at that, it's the little transition from being bored out of his fucking mind, and then his fucking grubby wee fingers.
November. That was the whole
poking about here.
Premises.
There it is, like, look at them just poking about in his fucking ear.
That we take suggestions for the month.
Yeah, I'm definitely counting that as a fucking ear touch.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
We are 4 squares away from a full house.
And then, on the podcast the next month, we start reading the suggestions and seriously considering them. So. Yes, I've seen the Creepshow movies, and the first one's really good. I think the second one's just okay, and I know there's a third one. I never saw it. No, I don't think that a horror movie has to be 30 years old to be considered classic. I don't think so. I think if pop culture adopts something as a classic thing, part of culture itself, then already it's classic. You know what I mean? Like, right now, there could be a movie that comes out that the villain becomes synonymous with pop culture, and then next thing you know, it's, you know what I mean? It's like popular, and then it's classic. But I don't know, what would be one? I don't know. I have to think about it. I haven't really followed, new horror movies in a while. I'm pretty sure I saw Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight at one point, but it's been ages, so I don't really remember it. No, I'm not going back to Disney Dreamlight. Why would I?
I know it had 100 likes.
No, I've only ever seen the first 2 Home Alones. I've never seen any more than that.
I'm waiting for Phil to look to the middle of the screen, basically.
I don't have a favorite horror movie.
Fucking hell, what a burp.
Excuse me.
Look left, you fucking dick. Our left, not yours.
The Freevee movies are already available in Amazon Video because it's the same company.
How about there? That's probably close enough. Guys, we have a free space thanks to you guys liking the stream. 100 likes has earned us a free space for the bingo card. So that not only do we get a free space for the card, which leaves only 3 to go technically, but you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation, the Pixar animations, so very kindly made for us all to enjoy. Remember, keep an eye in the bottom right for Jasper. Fantastic. So yeah guys, thank you very much again for liking the stream. 100 likes has earned us that free space, and we might need it today because this podcast has saw Phil have nothing of interest if I can talk about. I'm quite amazed we're so close to a full house in terms of that, because this has been an absolutely fucking gash fucking podcast. He had a long intro, he had nothing to talk about, he talked about fucking rumours, not even news, rumours about fucking shit. Barely anyone's giving him any fucking money, so he hasn't had much shout outs either. It's just Q&A, boredom.
So I have Amazon Prime Video, and all the Freevee content is offered in there. So I've watched some stuff on there. For example, earlier this year, I watched some throwback episodes of Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, also known as MXE for short. It's still funny to this day. It's just the stupidest commentary ever. Like the dumbest, over-the-top, dumb puns. Like, sinkers and floaters. Which is when they gotta run across a pond on floating on rocks and get to the other side of the pond without falling in. It says, sinkers and floaters, where they float to victory or sink to the bottom of the bowl. You know? So yeah, but I've seen that stuff on Freevee. It's part of Amazon Prime Video, so. Yes, I enjoy the Evil Dead movies. I used to like them a lot more when I was younger. I think they're okay now, but they're still funny. When was the last time I watched South Park or American Dad? South Park was right before Stick of Truth. Right before Stick of Truth was going to come out, I went on a marathon and I watched like 10 seasons of South Park to try to get myself caught up with what the show was.
Whoa, how do you have the time? You watched 10 whole fucking seasons in a fucking row. But Phil, you don't have any spare fucking time to commit to that sort of thing. How on earth do they have the fucking time?
Because I wanted to understand all the references in the game. Then the problem was the game got delayed a year, so I didn't watch the season that was like right before the game. And then when the game came out, they had PC Principal and other characters in it that I hadn't seen yet. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, it had the references that I didn't understand. But that was it. I haven't watched it since. No, I did not own a Tamagotchi as a kid. When's the last time I watched Family Guy? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. Years and years ago. What was the reason the creator of The Simpsons made the characters yellow? He's colorblind. So he couldn't tell that they were yellow. He thought it was flesh, but he used the wrong paint color. Of course. Yes, I used to watch Robot Chicken. I saw several seasons of it. Thought it was hilarious. That Seth Green style comedy was always funny to me. But again, you know, these are shows that I watched in my youth up until the time, like maybe when I was like an early YouTuber. And then basically I kind of just like stopped watching a lot of that stuff, you know. What was my favorite thing about growing up in the 80s? Cocaine. Cocaine flowed like a river. Everywhere you went, there was clouds of it, and you could just walk down the street and go, woo! Get that high. Like, yeah! I loved it. Today, it's hard to find. Of course, that's a very serious answer. I never used Paramount Plus, no. I saw a few episodes of Moral Oral. I never thought it was really that funny, so I really never watched it, you know, past that. Basically, anything that was on Adult Swim in the 2000s, I've seen. I just, you know, and some of it I would watch, some of it I wouldn't, depended. But I've seen a lot of that stuff. I did not see the Bob's Burgers movie. It is on Max, and eventually I'll watch it, but I've not seen it. No, I did not own a Furby as a kid because Furbies came out when I wasn't a kid. I was already a teenager. Why the hell would I own a Furby when I was a teenager? Right? Sorry, some random questions. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so now Comment Frenzy says, all right, that was funny, but for real, what was your favorite thing about growing up in the 80s? Ronald Reagan and Reaganomics. Was when I was a kid, I used to dress up in full outfit, like a suit like President Reagan, and I would walk around talking about trickle-down economics and Reaganomics, and it was really cute. Everyone loved it. If you keep asking the question, I'm going to come up with another answer every time. You know that, right?
And yet, you won't be honest with your audience about what was special about growing up as a child in the 80s. Bear in mind, Phil was born in, 1982? So yeah, his formative years of, you know, becoming a child, you know, not even a teenager yet, would have been in the 80s. Basically, the one thing he remembers from the fucking 80s, essentially, was him not getting that Wolverine toy. That ruined the entire fucking decade for him.
Okay, then. Just get to the gameplay. I'm being yelled at now. Just get to the gameplay. How dare you beat around the bush? Typically, I like giving people time to chat, but it seems like today people just want to ask the most random questions. I can't really give good answers to weird questions, honestly. I think I saw Fantastic Mr. Fox, but I don't remember it at all. But I'm pretty sure I saw it and liked it, but I don't remember it. The next new release is this Friday, Alan Wake 2, of course. Jake Kuma says, just play the game. These questions all suck ass today. What's wrong with people? I've never seen Dark Side of the Ring because I don't really care. I keep telling people this. I really keep telling people this. I don't know why people don't believe me. I'm just not into pro wrestling anymore. I've tried to unfollow the pro wrestling trends on X, like, for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months straight. And X keeps giving me wrestling tweets, even though I've unfollowed the trends, because X is a piece of shit now. They fucked up the whole site. So I just can't get them out of my feed. But I seriously don't care, don't watch, don't follow, don't give a shit. So I don't care about this pro wrestling was a big part of my life for a long time, but I think I'm old enough now that I just don't give a shit about it. So, just being honest here. No, I never watched Kim Possible.
Of course, these days, Phil is so not the drama. He doesn't have time for the drama. He's like, so not the drama. Of course I fucking watched it. I watched all sorts of fucking cartoons.
Never watched Goosebumps. That was after my time as a kid, but I read the books and had a big Goosebumps book collection. Yes. No, I don't get physical copies of any games whatsoever. Any game I get is digital. So I didn't get stickers with Mario Wonder or anything like that. No, I don't get physical copies. If they ever make a new Bassmaster game or something like that, likely I would bring it back into the mix for a chill stream game. Last summer it was very popular, the Bassmaster for chill streams, but there was nothing this year for like Game Pass or whatever, so we never really did it, you know? I don't think I've ever had mortadella ham. Sounds familiar, but I don't think I've ever had it, so I don't know what it even is. What's the difference between that and regular ham? Never played Cool Spot or the 7-Up games. I wasn't a big mascot guy in the 90s, so I didn't play any real mascot games like that. It's like the real version of lunch meat. Okay, I'll take your word for it. What's a horror movie I just like with a passion? I don't know. I have to really think about it, because the thing is, I don't focus on things I don't like. You know what I mean? There's been movies that resonated that when I went, like, for example, I went to see Mars Attacks in the 1990s with my dad in the theaters. And it had a great cast, right? It had, like, Jack Nicholson and all these good actors. You're like, this movie's going to be great. That movie was fucking terrible. Like, not funny, not interesting. It was just a hammy movie. And we remember walking out and we were both looking at each other like, man, we like all these actors, and the movie was so schlocky shit that we were very disappointed that we had even went to see it. We wish that we had seen something else. So that kind of resonates. But with horror movies, like, usually when you watch a horror movie these days, you're watching it on demand on a digital service, and if it sucks, it doesn't matter, you just pass on, right? You don't even think about it. You don't give it a second thought.
On demand was said. Fantastic stuff indeed.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
We are 2 away from a full house.
There was one I just saw. I just saw one this month. What the hell was it called? I can't even tell you what the name of it was. I've completely forgotten it. It was about a plantation, a haunted plantation, okay? And the current homeowners had 2 kids, twin sons, and they needed a babysitter to watch them, but one of the sons kept having fits at night, like swearing that there was something going on in the house, but no one else could see it, so no one believed him. So they hire a African-American girl to be like the babysitter, and she goes to do it because they're gonna pay her a ton of money to do it or whatever. So she goes to do it, and come to find out, the mansion is haunted by like this white female slave owner who was like an awful person and would like mistreated not only the slaves that was working on the plantation back in the day, but also like brutally murdered one of the children of them for no reason, just because she was playing with one of her daughters. So the premise of the movie is scary. All right. The problem is literally the entire movie is not scary at all. It's every awful cliche that you could have in a haunted house movie. The ghost's mouth goes, it's like you've seen it a million times in a movie. The ghost, you know, appears out of thin air, cheap jump scares. It's not scary at all. There's even a crappy twist, where one of the kids is dead. But it's so dumb because if you're watching the movie, from the moment this kid arrives on the scene, you know that the kid's a ghost. Like, there's no way you would ever not know that if you're paying attention to the movie. But if you're just watching it and like kind of phasing out and not paying attention to it, maybe you got fooled. But at the moment the kid arrived on screen, I was like, that's a ghost. So the entire movie was just terrible, cliche schlock, nothing original. You know, they tried to make it original by making it a haunted plantation with, you know, a horrible history of slave ownership and stuff. But it didn't do anything to be unique. It was so boring. But I mean, like, those movies come out all the time. Like, constantly there's movies like that. And they all try to copy each other with the same cliches and the same tried things that they do. And they're just not good at all. You know, another one of the found footage horror movies, right? Since they have an insanely low budget, the entire movie is filmed with like a handy cam, you know, camcorder on your hand, and it's moving around, or you know, a selfie stick camcorder. And those are terrible because you can tell all the effects are fake. They're all computer edited in later. So there's really nothing whatsoever going on in the entire movie. It's all faked, and then later on they made it look like stuff was going on in the environment. Those are terrible. But the thing is, they're so bad, you don't remember them. Like, I couldn't remember. I've seen a few of those, and I couldn't remember the name of a single one because they're all the same movie. They're all terrible, you know? So, I don't remember. There's no worst horror movie for me because the bad ones are all categorized in unoriginal, too cliche, or low budget, crappy, edited after the fact to try to make it a horror movie when it really is just schlock, you know? No, Derek, it's none of those. I don't know what movies you're talking about. It's not those. You can stop trying to find it. I just watched it. I just watched it on one of my on-demand services like a few weeks ago. It was so bad, I felt like, man, I wasted my time watching it.
Is that close enough to tick off what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what movies you're talking about. I don't know. I think it's a stretch. Yeah. I was thinking she would tick it, but I don't know. Usually it's when Phil's very confused by an actual fucking question that's asked of him. So it's like he doesn't even understand the fucking question. Phil understood the question to an extent, but doesn't understand what the movies are about, what movies he means. You know? Some people are saying click it, some people are saying no. People are saying it's the reach, but market it. Like, fuck off. I don't know. I don't know. Let me hear it one more time.
I just watched it on one of my on-demand services like a few weeks ago. It was so bad, I felt like, man, I wasted my time watching it. No, I have not seen the Poughkeepsie tapes.
They're not round it far enough.
Shit, crappy, edited after. No, Derek, it's none of those. I don't know what movies you're talking about. It's not those. You can.
I don't know what movies you're talking about. Nah, that seems a stretch. I don't know what movies you're talking about. I don't think we can count that. If Phil says what are you talking about, we can count that. But I don't know what movies you're talking about. It just seems as a real fucking stretch.
Stop trying to find it. I just watched it. I just watched it on one of my on-demand services like a few weeks ago. It was so bad, I felt like, man, I wasted my time watching it. No, I have not seen the Poughkeepsie tapes. I've seen it on demand available, but I've never watched it. Devil Inside? The Devil Inside. I think I saw that one. The Devil Inside. Is that the one where there's a twist? Is the twist that there's no demon or something? That was the twist, that there never was a possession or something? I can't remember. Yes, I watched Gargoyles back in the day. I actually really liked that show. I liked Gargoyles and the Batman animated series equally. Because one was Disney and one was WB, and they were both kind of gothic horror with continuous plots that respected the viewer. I really liked both shows. Excuse me. Am I going to return to Splatoon 3? No. No one. The thing is about Splatoon 3, I bought it. I played it. I liked it. My viewers absolutely hated every moment. They hated me trying to do the story. They hated me doing the online. They hated everything. They just said it was the most boring game ever. Don't ever play it again. And that happens sometimes. I didn't think there was anything wrong with the game. I was enjoying the time when I was trying to play it and learn it online.
I don't actually think Phil touched the story mode, though. I don't remember him doing that. I do not remember Phil doing that at all. Like, he pretended to like the fucking game, but he clearly wanted to drop it as soon as he fucking could. And plenty of people are still playing the fucking game. Raven plays the fucking game still. He plays it regularly still. He enjoys the game. He thinks it's a great game. It's a great fucking game. By the way, guys, tomorrow's guest for Bingo, Raven. Raven's dolphin has agreed. He's able to fucking come on to the show tomorrow. So fingers crossed, nothing goes awry in that situation. Raven's dolphin will finally be a proper official guest tomorrow for Bingo.
And every time I played it, people complain and said, just do something else. This is boring. So eventually I just gave up on it. I got to play something my viewers want to watch. I'm not streaming for myself. I'm streaming for an audience. I have to do something the audience wants. So sometimes it's sad because sometimes that's not in line with what I'm doing or what I like, but that's just life, and it didn't work. People didn't like it. So that was that. If people didn't like it at launch, there's no way people are going to like it now if I played it again. You know what I mean? I have no idea what Clubhouse 51 is. All right, last chance, guys. If you want to ask me a question, let's wrap this up so we can get back into Mario for today. All right. So, last chance if you would like to ask or no contributions have come in. That's why I haven't shouted anything out. If you're wondering, it's been about half an hour and nothing's come in. So.
Oh my god, that's so fucking hilarious. Yes, Phil. We were all so full of fucking wondering curiosity. I was like, has Phil forgotten to update the tips board? Has he forgotten to encode the latest super chats? Oh, wait a second. There's nothing. In case we were fucking wondering, he has to remind his audience. By the way. That'd be like me fucking telling you guys, it's been 29 minutes since my last super chat. Just in case you think, the thing's broken or I've forgotten anything. No. I just haven't been given a contribution in almost fucking 30 minutes. Just so you guys fucking know. In case you're worried or curious or people are fucking concerned. Fuck off, Phil. Your audience don't fucking need to know about that shit. It's not anyone's fucking business. After all. You often tell us it's not our fucking business about that fucking kind of thing. And yet here is Phil telling people, in case you're worried, I've not had any contributions or whatever. Fuck off. Hey, Sonny subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much to Sonny. With an umlaut in the U. So is that pronounced? The umlaut changes the pronunciation, doesn't it? So it's not Sonny. It's Sunny. I don't know. I don't really remember too much about how umlauts affect the language for things like that. My German was never very good.
Or, no contributions have come in. That's why I haven't shouted anything out, if you're wondering. It's been about half an hour and nothing's come in, so that's why I'm just answering these random questions. Besides, okay, All right, I'll give an honest answer. Besides Reagan and cocaine, what are my favorite things about the 80s? In the 1980s, the world was a lot less on edge. What I mean by that is if you were an American, you weren't constantly terrified every 5 seconds about something. You weren't worried that there was going to be a world war. You weren't worried there was going to be a terrorist attack. You could actually go to a mall and not have to worry that some nut job's going to open up with a fucking AK-47 and murder everyone.
Well, you were 7 years old in 1989. I'm pretty sure your mind was not fucking occupied by those sort of fucking things. Philip is a child of the 80s. He was born in 1982. He was more concerned about his fucking backpack making his back all fucked up because he didn't have a fucking locker than he was about the imminent threat of World War III. So I refuse to fucking accept that Phil was fucking grown up absolutely fucking paranoid as fuck about the possibility of a fucking Third World War with the Cold War going on. I need to hear this again, just it's fucking ridiculous, man. Phil pretending to fucking be a scared little boy growing up in the 80s and the Wolverine toy would save him, but his parents wouldn't get him it.
You weren't constantly terrified every 5 seconds about something. You weren't worried that there was going to be a world war. You weren't worried there was going to be a terrorist attack. You could actually go to a mall and not have to worry that some nut job's going to open up with a fucking AK-47 and murder everyone.
Oh, wait. Did I misunderstand Phil here? Did I actually fucking think that is he worried now about that happening? I think I misunderstood. Does he think all these things are more likely to happen now than compared to the 80s? Let me just make sure I'm understanding what Phil's saying here.
No contributions have come in. That's why I haven't shouted anything out, if you're wondering. It's been about half an hour and nothing's come in, so that's why I'm just answering these random questions.
Go on, Phil.
Besides, okay. All right, I'll give an honest answer. Besides Reagan and cocaine, what are my favorite things about the 80s? In the 1980s, the world was a lot less on edge.
I would actually disagree with that for the reasons I fucking stated. The Cold War is a big serious fucking thing. But then again, Phil was too young to be aware, so fair enough, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, when I grew up, so I grew up in the 90s essentially as a child. I was born in 86, you know what I mean? So most of my memories growing up are from the 90s, okay? And when I was a child, all I fucking cared about was being a fucking child. I went to fucking school, did my homework, you know, I played with my friends, you know, fucking, and that was it. That was all I fucking cared about. I wasn't giving a shit about the fucking news and the fucking world events. I was a fucking child. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys, when you were fucking children, also mainly focused on normal kid shit. Like, you know, school and friends and games and all that jazz. And not necessarily on the fucking economic crisis or the fucking inflation rates or whatever. Fuck me, man.
What I mean by that is if you were an American, you weren't constantly terrified every 5 seconds about something. You weren't worried that there was going to be a world war. You weren't worried there was going to be a terrorist attack. You could actually go to a mall and not have to worry that some nut job's going to open up with a fucking AK-47 and murder everyone. You could not have to worry about getting viciously mugged and robbed or have things stolen. You go to an airport and you could just...
Viciously mugged, as opposed to kindly mugged or politely mugged. But no, it's only the vicious muggings that are fucking freaking people out. The polite muggings are perfectly fucking acceptable. This person asked me nice for a fucking wallet, I guess I'll give it to them. Fucking hell.
A mall and not have to worry that some nut job's going to open up with a fucking AK-47 and murder everyone. You could not have to worry about getting viciously mugged and robbed or have things stolen. You go to an airport and you could just go on the plane and you could sit down on a plane in a luxurious seat and get an actual meal on the plane and eat normally and treat it like, oh, this is a vacation. The moment you're in the airport, you're on vacation. Today, the world has changed so much that every moment, it's like everything's tense, everything's scary, everything around you is a risk or a threat, and everyone acts like that. You go to an airport, God forbid you sneeze the wrong fucking way. You know what I mean? You gotta go through 17 levels of security, you get on the plane, everyone's crunched together like this. Here's your meal. It's a fucking 2 pretzels, right? It's like everything changed, you know, I'd say probably in the 2000s. The whole world changed with terrorism and everything, and since then, it's never gone back. And one thing that you see about the world is...
Oh, terrorism was not invented in the fucking 2000s. Yes, what happened on September 11th in 2001 was a fucking horrible thing. But terrorism has been around for fucking decades. Phil's fucking pretending it was like some sort of fucking thing when, you know, it was invented. But basically his major fucking gripe seems to be, airplanes got more inconvenient for me. Because if it's not as good, and you fucking have to wait for ages, and you might get fucking more scrutinised by security. That's his major complaint. But this is not the... Oh, for God's sake, man.
It's a swinging pendulum, right? Sometimes it goes to one extreme, sometimes it goes to the other extreme, and sometimes it's right in the middle. But attitudes and culture change over time. okay? And what's happened is things just kept swinging one way. Will eventually the pendulum pull back and go the other way at some point? Or is it going to keep going that way? Because it's been nuts. It's been like 20 years where the world just keeps, and more tense, more risk, more fear, more threats. Everything's going to end. Everything's getting worse. World War III. Everything's crazy. It doesn't, you know what I mean?
But then again, you're a naturally fucking paranoid person. This is the same fucking person that's fucking got paranoid about fucking people following him on his fucking day off and talking about him behind his fucking back and all that shit. He's paranoid about fucking the fucking latest attractor ops and what they're fucking going to do to his channel, and he's paranoid about fucking people in his own fucking chat. And he's banning them all because apparently they're all the same fucking person. All 20,000 soccer accounts are all one same person.
80s, nothing was like that. Seriously, I mean it. No one thought that way. Everyone thought that's the realm of fantasy. That's just conspiracy. That's weirdness. You know, no one freaked out about shit. Everyone was more laid back and relaxed. It seems like the whole idea of a laid back, relaxed world has been lost. It's...
Again, repeat it once more. The Cold fucking War. The escalations and tension between the Russians and the Americans essentially as well. The imminent threat of fucking global annihilation. But Phil didn't pay attention to that. Apparently that was not a big fucking deal.
It's gone. And that's sad, I think. I do. I think that, like, you know, not being able to just have a relaxing life anymore. Instead, everything is constant risk, constant threat, constant fear. That's not a good way to go through life, and that's what most people are doing now. That's a big change with the 80s, and I'd say, like, first half of the 90s. That's how life was. And then all of a sudden, boom, everything changed.
I don't know about that, Phil. I should also say that's a fucking weird perspective there on your fucking part. Give me a second here. I've been sent something about crime stats. That's from the 90s, though. That's like 1990 to 2023. So, Brian sent me something here about fucking crime stats here. So, from 1990 to... Can we go back any further? Can we go back to 1980? Well, let us do that. No, it won't. Balls. So, crime in the 1990s was quite fucking rife, apparently. And then it's fine again, you know, and then it's going back up. Like a pendulum. Jesus Christ. US crime rate statistic for 2021 was, I mean, so much numbers, so much information. Oh my god, it's got world stats as well. Historical data. Per 100k population, they went from 9% to 6%, 5%. There's so many numbers. I'm too lazy to fucking pay attention to the fucking numbers, but yeah, it's yeah, crime. It's I'm still baffled at him ignoring the Cold War and thinking that nobody fucking gave a shit about the Cold War situation in the 80s. It was a big fucking deal, Phil.
Looks like I did get a tip. A $2 tip. From Canadian Kirk. What were your favorite things about the 90s? Oh my god. Alright, Canadian Kirk, I'm trying to end the show. You're asking...
Hold the fuck on. Phil, you just fucking like 5 minutes ago, if that, were saying it, by the way, guys, in case you're wondering, in case you're curious, nobody's tipped yet. Then somebody gives you a tip and asks you a question related to the tip, and you're like, I'm not answering that, I'm trying to end the fucking show. Jesus, oh my god. Is he going to answer the question? Even briefly.
What were your favorite things about the 90s? Oh my god. Alright, Canadian Kirk, I'm trying to end the show. You're asking me an incredibly generic question that I could take hours to answer. I'll just say...
Thank you very much to Barrett Wells for a super chat, who says this is a testament to Phil's object permanence. Pretty fucking much, actually. Yeah, I mean, it's I'm still trying to fucking process how he fucking basically complained that nobody fucking tipped him, hence the long Q&A segment. And then as soon as he fucking mentions that, somebody tips him, and he doesn't want to answer the question because it involves thought or whatever. That's an Ask the King kind of question. However, he doesn't do Ask the King anymore for some reason. What is there is no point in giving Phil your money, because the questions aren't, his answers are never fucking meaningful. You're better off you might as well just ask that question, Canadian Kirk, during the Q&A segment.
You're asking me an incredibly generic question that I could take hours to answer. I'll just say video games, because I really like video games of the 90s.
There you go. That's actually, I'd say, it's an acceptable fucking answer. You could have just fucking said that without the fucking condescending fucking tone. It says, that'll take me hours to answer. I'll just say video games. But yeah, the evolution in fucking video gaming in the 90s was quite fucking incredible.
Yeah. I also received a $20 tip
from 1 Minute Man.
From 1 Minute Man. So thank you very, very much to 1 Minute Man for the very generous tip, as always. It's always good to get a good head start before we even booted the game on that tip's goal. And with that, will it be halfway there? Nice. Thank you, 1 minute man. I appreciate that very much, 1 minute man. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Common Frenzy says, wow, that was kind of a wholesome answer. The world did used to be a lot happier and simpler. Thank you for responding. I feel that...
The world was a lot simpler, absolutely, but that's because the fucking lack of technology meant that the world was not as connected as it fucking was. There was a lack of technology and therefore a lack of knowledge and information, and ignorance is fucking bliss. Of course, things were better back in the fucking day. People didn't know better, and I'm not saying people were fucking dumb, but people just literally were not informed about the rest of the fucking world and the plight of what was fucking happening. Not even in different countries, but even in our own fucking country to an extent. Because information was not as readily available as it is these days. So yeah, there was literally less things for people to get stressed about, or get worked up about, or be, concerned about, because they had their own immediate little areas of their world that they lived in that they only had access to for information. Yeah, they also the radio, not shooting television, but also fucking mainly focused on, basically events happening in your area or your country or whatever. They don't focus a whole lot, obviously. They might mention some things happening fucking worldwide, but as it was, what was a concern to you? So yeah, of course times are fucking simpler back in the fucking day. It's because there's just not enough information out there for people to consume, for them to get worked up about. Yeah, I mean, was it better to be that way? Debatable. Yeah, I do think of the internet these days and think of how it's a very common kind of saying, the more connected the world gets, the more alone you feel. Like, people probably, even like the loneliest people will claim to have like a certain community of people online that they'll think of as friends, but they'll still feel very lonely. And it's one of those kind of interesting things, I've always kind of thought a kind of interesting it's almost like an oxymoron, like the more connected you are, the more alone you feel. It does feel quite contradictory in a sense. But at the same time though, it's one of those things where these are the time, it's not as if we can just fucking switch off the internet and go back the way. People have to adapt to the fucking times. People have to just get on with it, and people have to make the best of the situation which is given to them. If people are... It's just one of those things. I always think it's good to fucking talk, essentially. So, as long as people have something to talk to, if they need to fucking talk, then yeah, aye. But hell yeah, of course fucking things were simpler back in the fucking day. Of course things were not as stressful back in the fucking day. Yeah, because the world was just simply not as informed. That's my take anyway.
Like, again, maybe it was just because I was, maybe it was just because, I was, what was I going to say? Maybe it was just because I was...
I can't.
Naive, because I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably that. You were naive as a kid, but you're also naive as a full-grown man.
And that's what it was, because I was naive because I was a kid. But it just felt like the world was different back then. It really did, Okay. I think it's time to wrap up the show. We really are not talking about that much, are we? And I would like to get into Mario now. So, all right, guys. So, thank you for a great podcast. I hope that you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Another great day of gameplay coming up, right? Continuing on with these great new releases, which I'm very excited for. I very much have enjoyed them. And tomorrow we'll have a little bit more info about that. Hey, tomorrow we'll be able to talk about if GTA 6 was announced. But you know what also is tomorrow? That Xbox event? It's supposed to happen at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So by the time that my podcast starts, we already should have some information to talk about if anything new was announced during that event. All right? And all the usual festivities. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And happy Halloween.
Motherfucker. I still missed it in time, just about, you know what I mean? But motherfucker tries to sneak it in every time. And every time I manage to stay ahead of him.
Okay. Let's get set up. Here we go. Let's get set up here. Ah, my nose itches. Itchy nose. And, I'm going to take a brief break just to use the restroom, but it will not be an extended break or anything like that. I'm just going to run there and, take a leak, basically, wash my hands, and make sure everything's all good in the house before we begin. There we go. All right. So let's take a brief break. It will not be long. I'm just going to mute the mic and run and do those things, and I'll be right back. And we shall pick up where we left off yesterday with Super Mario Bros. Wonder World 3. All right. Thank you all. I'll be right back.
Of course, we can fast forward. Phil left at 12:55. Let's just fast forward. 4 minutes later, he's not back. 5 minutes later, he's not back. 6 minutes later, he's not back. 7 minutes later, he's not back. 8 minutes later. Oh, wait, there he is. He returned after 8 whole minutes. Let's see him throw himself into the fucking chair. Come on, Phil. There we go. He launches. I swear he launches himself into this fucking chair. Look at this shit.
Okay, guys, I'm back. It is time to start back up with Super Mario Brothers Wonder. My feet are starting to get cold. It is starting to get cold in here, so I might have to put on my socks. In fact, I might just put them on right now before we begin, because, man, they're getting chilly. Which is fine. I want the fresh air in here. All right.
Oh, would you look at that? Phil's got his socks going on right now.
What's up, Jade? How you doing today? Who wants to see my socks?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Amazing.
Who fucking cares about your grubby ass socks? Shall I come sock?
Very good. All right. So as we begin, remember, guys, nice chill atmosphere when I play this game. We can talk between the stages and everything. If you do contribute, I shout them out between the stages. I'm not going to stop in the middle of an action-packed stage to shout something out because I want to actually like survive and beat it. But thank you in advance. Major focus, I would say. Try and get back members on this channel. So if you wanted to maybe become a member, give some memberships today to help your fellow viewers, that would be great. And tips. I'm trying to hit the tier 1 tips goal every stream. We're already halfway there before we even started. So that'd be great. Okay. Kazumi says there are hidden levels in World 4. Cool. No, I've never tried a fried guacamole stick. How would that even happen? Guacamole is like a gooey dip. How would you put that into stick form and fry it? How would that even work? That sounds a little bizarre. Excuse me. I think we should continue on with Luigi. We only played with him for like 40 minutes last night. Okay. Okay, ready?
Jesus, proper fucking saying it should make a tier goal for the fucking socks. Can you imagine? Guys, it's getting really fucking cold here. I don't really fucking like to have that 200 sock tip goal to warm up my feet. So if you guys can warm up my fucking poor feet for me by giving me $200, I'll get the socks on for you, and I'll celebrate hitting as a goal. Fuck off. I mean, I it's bizarre, but I can imagine him pulling that sort of move. That's the sort of thing I can actually imagine happening with DSP. He is that kind of human being. Also, I think we're literally like a second away here from the end of Bingo. Let's just wait and see.
Minutes last night. Okay. Okay, ready? Well, hello everyone and welcome.
Well, son of a bitch is now recording for fucking YouTube, so fuck the fuck off. We were 2 away from a full house. I think I'll tick off meaningful.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
There we go. So there we go. So we were 2 away from a full house, quite close, but sadly no cigar. Let's go to live DSP and see if he's made any money since then. Bitch hasn't been given a single dollar in contributions since ending the podcast and starting the gameplay stream. So there we fucking go. Well, we're going to be potential thumbnail for tomorrow with Phil falling asleep. Remember, Raven's Dolphin is joining me tomorrow for some robust bingo antics. You know, so great to finally have Raven as a proper official guest on the show. I'm going to end things, I mean, I always end things, by putting the today's PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. I'm wondering where the fuck all the otters are. Get the fuck back here, you fucking cute bastards. Where the hell are they all? Don't make me go to fucking Monterey Bay. And get these fuckers out of the way. Hey, we have otters here. They're just lounging on the fucking wee rock there. There we go. At least we got some fucking otters. The fucking ones in fucking Vancouver on fucking strike. Man, there's a third otter right there at the bottom. Looks like another beautiful day in Monterey Bay. I think they're rolling a bit nice. Like they're actually just rolling a bit. So they pour ice out here, and I think they're just rolling a bit nice, just to feel cooler. Let's go back here and see if any fucking these fuckers turned up yet. There's one there. There's one sneaky one right at the bottom of the screen there, disappearing from fucking view. The wee fuckers. Anyway, I'm going to wrap things up there, guys. Thank you very much for joining me for some bingo antics tonight. And as I said, tomorrow, Raven's Dolphin will be a special guest. Hopefully we can end off the fucking, this is the final stream before Phil's big precious day off, you know, so the begging him about an all-time high so he can afford things for his precious fucking day off. But yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. However you wish to spend it. And yeah, I'll end things by, yeah, I'll end by playing the today's PIG contributions made by Pixar. But until then, guys, have a good one. Catch you all later. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? when you're showered in money, when you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that in an instant.